Hello, and welcome to episode 12 of Ryuutama Seyo, aka Travel, our Ryuutama show here on Twitch. It has been many a fortnight, by which I mean I think technically two of those, since we had an episode of Travel, but we're all here now, and gosh, am I excited to say stupid things and hang out with these kids. So, with that in mind, before we hop into the game, let's get our intros out of the way. Say hello, check in, because some of these faces I haven't seen in, 2 weeks. So, yeah, starting with you, Jess. How have you been? What have you been up to? Friendo! It's been too long.
I have not been up to anything. Last week I was literally in bed for 4 days straight because I was very sick.
Boo!
But, well, let's see. Friday night, you and I and several other wonderful folks played some Monster of the Week over on my channel, and that was really freaking delightful.
Yeah.
And anime monster hunting kids is a good vibe, and I love it so much. Yeah, but yay, I'm excited to get back to these good kids. I have missed my salty healer son Mule a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, I have missed him as well. As much as I'm not trash cans aren't my thing, okay? That's not my brand. But Mule specifically, I love that boy. I want to protect him. I want to see him grow up strong and healthy.
I mean, Lauren seems to tell me that she doesn't normally like trash cans either, but she specifically likes my trash cans.
You have good trash cans, Jess. It's true.
You have incredible trash cans.
Yes.
I am a purveyor of fine garbage everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the quote, Summer?
Trash cans you'll love.
Trash cans
Yes.
you'll love by Wayfair.
Yes. Trash cans you'll love. Yeah, so I'm very excited to hang out with Mule. Although remembering where we were with him when we left off, I have some amount of nervousness. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
He will be 5% nicer.
Yes.
Lamb told him to be 5% nicer, and she's literally the only human on the planet he listens to.
Oh God, too true. And well, I'm glad to have you back, and I can't wait to jump into his 5% increase in niceness. But speaking of someone who will never listen to anyone else, Summer, how have you been?
What are you talking about? I listen to everyone always. Everyone has better opinions than me. Just kidding. Everyone has better opinions than me. Doing really good. I'm so happy that the whole crew is back together.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've loved playing our one-shots. They've been incredible, and the drama, and so good. But I'm just, to have everybody back is so exciting. This was a week. I don't know what else to say about it. It was a weird week.
You played a game yesterday.
That's true. We played our new Ryuutama game over on Off the Table, which was I playing a healer, sweet angel girl. You know what I just realized? Also, her and Lamb are the same age.
Oh my God, you're right.
Which doesn't seem like that should be right. Lamb seems like she's 6 years old, and Kala seems like she's actually probably 26 or 27 years old. She's got her life together.
I've known some 18-year-olds, one or two, that were like Kala.
Yeah, maybe it's a rare condition to be that mature when you're that young, but yeah, so that was super fun, getting to be with a new group, but obviously I missed this one a lot. And yeah, my best friend Katie Face here on Twitch or in Twitter and everywhere, flew in on Thursday night, so she's here. That's why there is a bed behind me. This is her room while she's here. Yeah, so she's here, so that's been really fun. Dingo's here right now, and So we just have a whole crew. They're all playing D&D downstairs. So it's just been a good week. I know. What the hell?
Fucking playing role
How dare they
games.
play? How dare they play role play games in my house?
Right?
While I am playing role play games. But yeah, it's just been a good week. Lots of games. Everything's in full swing. Busy schedule, but I love it.
Hell yeah. Well, I am very excited to see not just see Mule be 5% nicer, but also see whether or not Lamb thinks 5% is actually enough. So yeah, we'll see. Speaking of our other magic boy though, Danjin, Jolie.
Hi.
It's been a week.
How's it going? Yeah.
You're playing a very different character this week.
I know.
from last week.
You know what's funny? Because when we played last week, I really was like, do I want to be full villain? And then there was just a point where I just was like, yeah, like I have to be full villain at this point.
I need to see this. I don't believe it's possible.
It's
You're like
possible.
literally the nicest person I've ever
It's
seen on
possible.
the internet.
I was betrayed, and it shocked me and my character.
Yeah.
You'll never get away with it again, Jolie. I will anticipate from here on out.
It was fun though. I had an okay week. I had a weird week. On Friday, I was eating my cereal and I choked. And I don't mean like just started like coughing a little bit, like full obstruction.
Oh my
Food was
goodness.
stuck in my throat, would not move. I could not breathe.
Holy crap.
And like my parents weren't here, but there was a guy here working on something for my parents. So he helped me. Like, thank God someone was here.
Oh my god.
Like
Jeez.
It was terrifying. Fortunately, it was really fast. Like it passed after about like 30 seconds or so, but for like a good 30 seconds, there was just food stuck in my throat and I couldn't breathe and it was really
Yeah.
scary.
Oh my
Yikes.
god.
Well, we're glad you're alive.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was really weird.
Thank God
because-
for that guy.
I know. It's weird because it didn't go in my windpipe. Like I wasn't coughing. It was like stuck still like at the back of my mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even coughing. It was just stuck here. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh my
what do I
goodness.
even do? Like it was crazy. So
Yeah,
that was
that's awful.
and I felt really kind of like tense since Friday, I think, because that really freaked me out.
Yeah.
Maybe don't eat cereal again for a while.
Like all literally for the rest of the day on Friday and all day yesterday, like every time I've been eating, I've been so nervous. I'm like picking apart my food into tiny little pieces. But I'm okay. Yeah. I'm
That's good.
Been
And
there
I'm
before.
yeah, it was scary. But I'm excited to play a sweet not villain
Yes.
who
Yes.
hopefully doesn't choke on anything.
Unless there's like some real like heel face turn action waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Tangent is particularly villainous.
Yeah.
After
That
last
would
week,
be
I don't know.
Wild.
I know.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel,
You
Dylan. I'm
never
like, I
know.
don't trust Danton anymore.
Don't.
Mule never trusted Tangent, so it's fine.
Tangent's playing the long game.
That long con.
Yeah.
Mule will just be like, I told you all.
That
Should have
was
left him in that cube.
that was my character in The King instead.
Yeah.
It's like, I fucking knew it. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're okay, and I'm very excited to spend some time with your sweet summer child.
Yeah, me too.
Lindy, it's been a hot minute. What have you been up to? How have you been?
Well, I've been about 5 foot even up to there.
I need to stop asking you that question.
To learn eventually. But
Well,
yeah. I only took one of my coworkers a year and a half, but she learned eventually. But yeah, I'm Lindy. I'm doing good. I'm sick, but
Oh.
I'm real excited to be here because I've been in bed all day. So maybe I'll actually hunt something today. Let's see. I don't know. We'll find out.
The
Kara's gonna
orange
be so
dots will
quiet.
bless you because you're ill.
Yes, maybe.
So
They'll
quiet
take
and
pity on
stingy.
me. They'll be
Have
like, oh,
mercy.
Let's take pity on this poor hunter who's never hunted anything but a badger and a squirrel.
Lords, can I catch something today?
Please, can I hunt something?
Please, can I catch some more?
Basically.
Oh,
But yeah.
man.
Happy to be here.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad that you are taking it easy. Hopefully today's episode doesn't take too much out of you. Oh my god, is that entire thing tea?
Yes, it is.
I love that mug.
I just
It's
love that it says
amazing.
Crazy Cat Lady on it. So good.
So, having seen you in person, that mug doesn't scare me quite as much, but still, just the comedy of this mug that is bigger than your head.
I like big
What?
mugs.
I like big mugs and I cannot lie.
That's true.
Oh,
Like, if I was to
man.
get a regular sized coffee mug, I'd be getting up every 15 minutes to make another cup of tea. I make one big cup of tea.
I need to find me a coffee mug that's that size.
Goodwill.
Really?
Duly noted.
It's a good find. Well, what have I done this week? I played some games. I was on Amori High School Ghost Club on Friday, where I played the closest to a trash can that I play.
You had some emotions.
Genji's got some shit. Okay, so I can talk about this because we're not on your channel, but like, he saw, like, even if it didn't really happen, he saw half of his class murdered in his school where he thought he was safe when he knows virtually nothing about magic. And so he's got some PTSD going on. Like, his friends, one of them's a literal monster, the other two know magic, and he's just like, I get good grades?
But he has a magic sword.
Right, but he doesn't think he's supposed to have a magic sword. It's this intersection of like a major traumatic event and what is essentially imposter syndrome, where
heck yeah.
he just doesn't have the confidence to be like, yes, I have this magical sword and that means I'm chosen. He goes, I have this magical sword and that means somebody fucked up somewhere. So he's convinced that he's gonna die. This is part of why, so behind the scenes, I keep telling Jess to kill my character. Being like, kill Genji.
He's like, please kill him.
just so he can say I told you so to everyone.
No, because Genji, one of Genji's
He can't
moves
die.
as the Chosen is he cannot die until he fulfills his destiny. So he's convinced anytime he goes up against a monster that he's gonna die. And he's gonna keep thinking that probably until either he kills like a lot of monsters or until he finally dies and comes back miraculously and is like, wait, excuse me, what?
I'm gonna wait a few episodes before we unload that piece of emotional trauma on him, though.
But I mean, just playing him is rough because yeah, he's in a rough place, and it's all of the props to M specifically on that show for that good argument. You know, you have a good RPG team, like a good party cast, whatever, when you can have a knockdown, drag out, emotional friendship fight in game and then immediately be like heart emoji at each other. That's when you did it. That's when you found the right people.
Yeah, that was very nice to watch because it was a really good emotional beat that happened. But it was very clearly like really good role play. There was no bleed,
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah.
which was really great. That takes a lot of trust.
Yeah. I think
it
you're
really
right. But again, that speaks to the goodness of the group, that we could walk into that space, emotionally punch each other, and then walk out and be like, "Yeah, how you doing? You okay?"
Fight, friend.
Yeah. And then yesterday we had, as Summer pointed out or mentioned earlier, we had the first episode of, what's the Japanese name? Umi no Naka no Uta? Yes, A Song in the Sea, which is very different from this Ryuutama game. Not just because they're all family and there's this like sense of history there, but also because the setting that we're in doesn't have magic. So whereas like travel is very high fantasy and like Lamb has magic. In this, it's like
she does have magic. Why did you quote it?
Right.
Yeah.
Why did you quote it? We've seen her basically on a red electric ball.
Lamb
repeatedly
has magic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just don't look at the stream, Summer. And in this game, the kids got chased by someone with a gun instead. And then
literally got shot at.
yeah, good times.
Am I correct in some of your inspiration there was like Nadia of Blue Water?
Yeah, Nadia. So if you're interested in watching A Song in the Sea, don't watch Nadia and the Secret of Blue Water yet. Watch it afterward. That way you don't know how much I'm taking. But for real, I'm trying to. There's a specific. I feel like there's a specific moment in anime that Nadia sits in, that Castle in the Sky sits in, that current like anime now doesn't really do anymore. And it's this Kiki's Delivery Service also. It's not just the use of steampunk in anime, although I think that helps with the setting a lot. But there's a particular brand of kids or teenagers coming of age in a world surrounded by adults with complicated problems. And I feel like now a lot of the anime coming-of-age stories, and I don't think this is a bad thing, I think it's just different. A lot of anime coming-of-age stories that are coming out now are, in a sense, closer to what coming-of-age actually feels like, where it's a bunch of kids and teenagers coming to terms with their own problems, and, like, outside adults not knowing how to deal with that if adults interact with the story, which I'm sure is much more cathartic to people who are actually teenagers right now and want to deal with their own problems and feel recognized. But there's a difference in scope, I think, where stories like Nadia and the Secret of Blue Water and Castle in the Sky, the world seems so huge because you get this juxtaposition of childlike naivety, right? Like everything is fresh and new, with a sense of history and like grand scale and stakes that come from the adults in those stories. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to do with. I'm sort of doing the more modern anime coming of age story with this show, and that one is the let's look at the 90s Ryuutama show. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. And I'm also excited for tonight's show. Although, okay, I'm going to allow myself one bit of shilling briefly before we get into the show. Some of y'all may have heard that I have a Patreon. There's a link down there that you can see it if you've been watching the show and somehow didn't see it. I don't know how. But last month, we hit our first goal, which means that I have a giveaway going right now. You should open a second tab on your browser or your phone or whatever and go to my Twitter. There's a tweet there where if you are following me on Twitter and you like that tweet, you have access to the potential of winning any one of my RPG sets, maps, and portrait token borders. And winners will be drawn in a week from yesterday. So I'll be drawing winners at the end of From Dust. But the whole point there being that the Patreon came together and supported, and now I can give back to everybody. So if you like RPG stuff, go poke that button. Yeah, I wanted to mention that at the top of the show. But that little bit of capitalism aside, let us, are we ready to hop into some Ryuutama? All right. Previously on travel. Our previous episode saw the travelers sort of semi-processing with the information that they gained at Yggdrasil, is that what it was called? Yes, at Yggdrasil, and poking around just a little bit before they settled in for the night. But in the night, they heard strange noises out in the desert, and investigating discovered an army of Neko goblins, which are, if you did not see, they're like they're Khajiit, but way smaller. And they were conscripted, or most of them were conscripted, into this Neko goblin army, a role that Kiro took to quite quickly and very seriously, whereas Lamb and Danjin were both like, so we're leaving, right? Mule passed himself off as, I believe, an ice demon?
An ice demon!
Of some kind?
Like, yeah, some evil sorcerer or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That
Demonic
was
ice
good.
prince.
We got a demon for you, General.
Yeah. And through some clever thinking and some good rolls, they managed to finagle that into an audience with the general of this Neko Goblin army, where they realized that he, as so many that they have encountered before have been, he was under the effects of a curse from one of these medallions, one of these amulets. They broke the curse, Lamb. So the box has been moody lately, or specifically the medallion has been moody lately, and Lamb noticed that it was being extra moody while the general talked about storming the city of Sun, and when she opened the box, it was crackling with energy as before, and she decided to touch it and accept its power again, going into angry barbarian Lamb mode, and she, rather than taking the amulet, taking the pendant off of the Neko Goblin general, just straight punched him, just one punched him out of the tent,
In the throat.
almost killing him. Which, yeah. At which point, lightning struck outside the tent. The party gathered, and what they saw was another Oni. Different from the two they have seen before. I don't remember. Did he introduce himself? Did y'all get a name?
feel like he
Didn't he say some shit about his siblings?
He did.
Yeah.
He definitely mentioned Ishma,
Yeah.
who you know is related to Varun.
I don't
I
think he
don't
did
know
say
if he-
anything about his
Yeah, I don't
name.
know that he gave us his name, but we know
Oh,
he's
the
related.
general did. The general gave you his name, because the general was like, so you've spoken with Vidhatu then? And you were like,
Yes.
with whom?
Yeah.
With
We're like,
whom now?
yeah.
Yes.
Many, many times.
So,
Oh yeah,
yes.
we're like this.
they
Best
encountered...
buds.
They're my emergency contact.
They encountered the third of the Oni siblings, Vidhatu, who engaged them in a quick bout, frying most of their HP off of them with several lightning spells, the likes of which neither Danjin nor Mule have seen before. Before taking some heavy hits from Lamb, and if I remember correctly, it was Kiro that landed the biggest hit at the end there. At which point he said that he had all the information he needed and teleported away. The party collected themselves, Lamb recovering from the influence of the amulet and the summer dragon within. Mule, kindly at the request of a a somewhat lovesick Neko Goblin lieutenant healed the general back up, and the general, explained what had happened, that he'd been cursed, that he had never wanted to create an army. He'd only wanted to be the best leader that his friends needed, and thanked the party, showing them a passageway underneath the desert from many eons past, a passageway that led directly, or just about directly, to the outpost on the east edge of the desert. So, when we come back now, it is getting on in the day. The sun has not yet gone down. And a lightness fills you as you walk the last stretch of desert. After all that you've been through, the thought of grass and cool air is a welcome change. But you still have a little bit of distance to cover now. What do you do as you walk this last bit of the desert?
Can we see the outpost from where we are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We're
there's...
so close.
All right, troops, we're almost there.
Close. Kiro, how are you doing?
Doing great. We just gotta stay in formation, and we'll be in the city for night.
We're not in the army anymore,
I keep forgetting we're not in the army anymore. Discharge happened so fast.
You were not even a recruit for 5 minutes?
It was a
few
lot
hours?
longer than 5 minutes. Alright. Felt like half a lifetime.
You seem really changed.
I feel changed, Lamb.
I think Danjon snickers.
Mule locks on, quickening his pace.
That's the spirit, Mule. Let's go.
Danjon, have you seen Kira like this before? Like with other stuff? Where she just commits to it 110%?
Yeah, definitely. All the time.
You should have seen her in the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, it was usually stuff to do with like Uncle Finn, crazy Uncle Finn ideas.
Kira had a really different idea of what Girl Scout troop meant.
She shows up ready for hunting. And they're making paper crafts that day.
Selling cookies? No, puts on war paint.
God. We just have the montage from Mulan of like the training.
Yeah.
Let's get down.
It's where she's alone and the rest of the troop is like off here, over here doing like some
They're all just
fun,
like looking over their shoulders at her. Like,
We just
"She
see her
okay?"
doing all this. We pan over and they're like making cookies.
Yep.
All right. So Mule is picking up the pace and pointedly headed on ahead of the group. Kiro is sticking to her very, very shallow military roots. And Danjon, you're just tired and trudging your way along.
Yeah, I think I should probably heal myself because I have almost no health points at all.
Yeah, because Mule definitely didn't heal you.
Oh yeah.
He's a little mad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Lamb is also not in the best of shape. She's definitely like trailing behind. I think when we last played, she was kind of keeping towards the back anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice job.
I wish it was for something more meaningful.
Yeah.
But I think she's like extremely tired and just like mentally and physically drained. So she's trying to keep up towards the back.
Okay. Danjon, do you notice that Lamb is hanging back and being quiet. 'Cause she's usually like super boisterous and like, let's check this hill.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a little bit of a role reversal with like, at least with Mule being the one that's like, yeah, pushing ahead, and Lamb and Tangent are like completely quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Tangent would probably Tangent's probably back on Sebastian's back, like holding, like basically like very limply holding on. And sort of like gesture, like nods and whispers to Sebastian, like, "Hey, let's check in on Lamb." And so we slow down, and I think Danjin just goes, "Hey, buddy,
Hi.
how you doing over there?"
I'm real tired.
Yeah. And actually, I'm just gonna finish up doing this cure touch
Okay.
that I started rolling to see if I feel a little bit better.
Ugh. It's a little bit better.
I thought I had healed Lamb before the end of the session, but I don't.
This is
I rolled
just
very well.
this is just Danjin healing himself. But
I was at like 2. I'm at 7 now.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I
healed
was
already,
gonna
didn't
say, I
get
think
good
I-
rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
that was real.
Yeah, it happened. It just wasn't great.
Yeah. Mule wasn't like, fuck you too, fuck everyone.
Because that's patently out of character.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow.
yeah.
While we're on the Mulan kick.
Make a note
Yeah.
of it.
God.
Yeah, and then I think Danjin just goes, well, now that he's feeling a little bit better, he gets like rejuvenated by the cure touch of it. He goes, well, I don't want to pry, but we haven't really talked about it in the last day or so, but something weird has happened twice now with the amulet, and I wanted to check in with you about that.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say about it. Just that it's real fussy.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Do you have any idea why it's doing this? Has it done it before?
Well, it was really different last time when we were heading to the City of Blossoms, but I think I don't know.
I mean, you don't strike me as the angriest person I've ever met, or even close, but it kind of just seemed like something switched. I just want to make sure you're
Yeah.
okay.
That's kind of what it felt like too, but like it didn't feel like me exactly. Like, I mean, it was more the amulet than it was me.
Hey, Dylan,
Mm-hmm.
would my holy vision... I'm trying to read this skill at all.
Oh,
I have
that's a
holy
terrible
vision,
habit
which-
that I'm in now.
The Holy Vision skill is your relationship with the spirits lets you see the effects of magic around you and diagnose their origin. Opening oneself up to spirits can be dangerous, though, and requires a great deal of energy. I can identify a single magical effect on a person or object you're touching. If I get a critical, I learn who caused the effect. I don't know if that would be applicable to...
What are you trying to do? Or are you just trying to suss out
I'm wondering
more?
if I could talk to the spirits and see if they would have an answer of why the sudden change. Would the skill be applicable in that way?
Yeah, I think so. So the issue here is that it says a person or object you're touching. So you'd have to find a way to touch the amulet, and the box is usually locked.
Right. Okay. So I think Danjin will at least offer, and if at some point the box opens again, Yeah, so I think Tangent just says, you know, I can't really do anything about it now, but I'm kind of like best friends with a lot of ghosts now. Um, and they have a lot of information that maybe they'd be able to help us or help you understand what's going on. Sometimes they give me like really, really great information, and sometimes they give me really vague information, but either way, it could be helpful. Would that be something that you would be open to?
Well, yeah, it'd probably be good to figure out like, what would help, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if anything can help, I think the ghosts would know.
probably. They see everything. I'm not kidding.
Do they watch you like all the time?
Mm-hmm.
All the time?
Yeah, but I don't think they like think about what they're really watching. They're kind of just like curious.
Just sifting for interesting information.
Yeah, that's why they're full of it, full of secrets.
Okay, well, yeah, if it happens again, then maybe we can ask the spirits about it.
Okay. Are
But
you?
from
Can I Can I ask you a question though?
well, yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Mm, kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know, I punched that guy real hard.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything about that, but it was kind of intense.
I didn't mean to punch him that hard.
I believe you. I believe you. It was.
Yeah, I mean, like last time, every time I used the box, like the box would just open up and like the magic would happen and it would just like get rid of the curse and it wasn't that big of a deal. But this time it's like to get rid of the curse, it really wants to punch to get rid of it.
Hmm. Weird.
It's just really aggressive energy.
Yeah.
And it just makes me really tired. And I feel bad about punching that guy. Like, I'm glad that I got rid of all the bad juju or whatever, the curse. But
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Well,
got out of hand.
I'm sure it seemed like he was okay afterwards. I'm sure he forgives you. Maybe.
Yeah. I think so too, because I think he knew he was cursed and he didn't want to start an army.
Exactly.
So
Well,
I did get rid of it, and he doesn't know that there's another way to get rid of the curses. He thinks that punching is the only way. Which probably isn't good information to have just out and about in the world. Because if he ever meets somebody that's cursed, he's going to punch him in the throat as hard as he can.
I kind of want to be there for that.
Maybe I'll write him a letter and explain. I didn't get his address. I guess I could just write the desert and see what happens.
And I think Tangent thinks about it for a moment, and because like I think he feels bad that Lamb is feeling kind of down because Lamb never feels like this, and I think he just goes, "Is there anything I can do to cheer you up?"
Yeah, you could do something a little bit dumb, but I've been wanting to do it, but I don't have the energy to do it, but I will do it also if you do it too.
What's that? I'm
I was
always
gonna
down for dumb stuff.
I was gonna see if I could stand on Caesar's tail and like surf.
Yeah, I mean, I've already tried standing upside down on Sebastian, so like,
Cause like I could just stand on the tail and like wiggle through.
yeah, okay,
Stand.
okay. You want me to do it just on
Yeah,
my
because
own?
I think it'd be more fun to watch you do it. And then if you can do it, you can show me how to do it.
Wait, but with Caesar?
No, you don't need to go near Caesar. I think that's a bad idea.
Caesar like turns back one huge wild eyeball.
Mind your own business, bud. We're not talking about you.
I think Tangent like shudders. Yeah, and then I think And then Danjin like pats Sebastian on like his shoulder and says, "Are you ready to do some surfing, buddy?"
Sebastian will like look back at you with a determined lizard look.
I'll stand behind you, so if you start to fall off, I can like balance you.
Alrighty, let's do it. And then like Danjin musters enough energy to like spring off of Sebastian and like go back onto his tail and like try to like stand awkwardly on it. Ready for this, Lamb?
I'm super ready.
All right, Sebastian, get ready.
Go ahead and roll me Dex plus Spirit.
Okay. I hope I get this, to be honest.
Just get ready and flip to the chart while you do that.
Oh shit. Oh, I had minus the +4 at the end.
Minus the +4. So a 9, as good
Nice.
as a pro.
Yeah.
So I think we see Danjin on the tail of Sebastian, charging off across the sand after Kiro and Mule with Lamb cheering behind as our camera raises up, and we cut to the episode splash. Today's episode is episode 12, Outpost East, The Time We Take. The heat lessens as dusk approaches, and the howl of the desert winds is replaced by voices and music. Walking into Outpost East is a pleasant reminder of the homes you left. The outpost is packed with tents of various colors and sizes, many of which sport pinwheels with the words Outpost West printed on them. Your meandering path leads you to a low building beside the stone watchtower. A portly woman sitting on the bench peeling fruit out front looks up as you approach and beams at you. Oh, how do you do there? Welcome on into to Outpost East. And she looks up at this very faded sign hanging above her. The Sleepy Cactus. Y'all looking for a place to stay?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, if you've got the room to spare.
We're exhausted.
I do indeed. And she looks at the four of you. Looks like you could need it. Just a moment now. She brushes some of the like fruit skin off of the front of her dress and returns the fruit to her basket. Just come on in now. How many rooms will y'all be needing?
2.
All right. She opens the door, and walking in, it's... If you haven't had the displeasure of living in a place that's hot, you don't know this feeling. But I know several of us here do know this feeling. When you walk into an air-conditioned building for the first time after a long, hot day, it's that. You walk in, and it's like the air outside had fewer dimensions than the air inside does. It's like walking in to high fidelity. It's cool, it's refreshing, it gives you a hug, but not like too tight of a hug, just a little bit of a hug. The air carries with it this faint, fruity smell wafting off from the earlier batches of fruits that this woman has been working on. And this room, there's a counter with a little bell on it. There are some potted plants in the corners of the room, and there is one big, comfy-looking, squishy couch with a like crocheted blanket over the back of it. She walks around behind the counter and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a little rusty with the rigmarole here. My name is Laura." I'm the proprietor of this here establishment.
It's
And
lovely.
It smells great in here.
Feels really good too.
thank you. I try my best.
Mule is digging into his wallet, so to speak,
Yeah.
pulling out the coin. How much will it be?
Well, how long will y'all be staying?
At least tonight. Maybe 2 days. I don't know. We're behind though, Danjin.
Yeah. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
At least
what
one-
time of day is it right now?
It's dusk.
Okay. 2 days, please, if you don't mind.
All right. Well, that'll be 50 gold pieces per room. You just slam down the 100.
He will pay it out.
Thank you, little sir. She pulls the coins aside and pulls out your keys, and they're nice. I think most of the places you've stayed so far have been like a literal just key on the end of a string with some wood attached to it that probably got written on a decade ago. This place, you get like a nice brass key that's like decorated on one end, and rather than having a tag attached to it, it has your number, your room number, and the sleepy cactus actually chiseled into it.
Fancy.
Yeah, and she puts
So,
these.
we're like almost to
I'm keeping
our
this.
entry of the room. Mule will take them both and then hand one of them over to Lamb. Here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mule.
Is it too late for dinner?
Yes.
Please. Feed
Well,
us.
I did just clean up, but I can have something sent to your rooms. I understand you've probably had a long day. I'll get you
We've
some.
been in the desert forever. You have no
Oh.
idea.
Well, the best thing for a long time in the desert is some fresh fruit and some cool water. So I'll have that sent along right away.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That's much appreciated.
Thank you.
Of course.
Mhm.
You make yourselves comfortable now, and if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Okay.
Don't we have animals we should probably stable?
Maybe.
They're fine. They're outside.
Mule will glance
Summer's like, get
outside.
me in, get me to a bed. I want to sleep.
I think Mule will like glance outside and probably see Giddy like peeking in the doorway.
Oh, don't you worry about them. I'll have them seen too.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
They're
there's
pretty aggressive. If you need my help, just call me. My name's Lamb.
well, it's lovely to meet you, Lamb.
One of our keep is kind of mean, so be careful.
They're both kind of mean.
We've
One's
seen
just meaner than the other.
They're just
We-
different kinds of mean.
I-
One's like a cold shoulder mean. One's like a bite you in the butt mean.
I think when Danjin looks out, he sees Sebastian rolling in something. He's like,
Yeah.
"No, Sebastian!" And then he just runs outside.
We've
Don't do that.
We've seen all kinds here at Outpost East. There's a good stable just 2 doors down. I'll have them taken care of. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. And with that, you can you can retire to your rooms. Who's going to which rooms?
Me and Kiro?
I think in general it's been girls to one room, boys to another, which is gonna be fine.
All right.
We need girl
Sure.
time. We need to talk about
yeah.
We need to talk about the time in the army.
I think this is the first time that I don't think we've actually usually when
It's
we
usually
sleep
been
in
like
places,
a common room thing.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
common
it's been a
room. We
common
had
room.
girl rooms, and then like couches when we were in that
Yeah.
one town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
but I think Danjin was gone.
I think I was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Danjin was in the
So
spirit
it was
realm.
girls in the
So this
room,
is
you
our-
on the couch.
This is our first time Mule and Dan stay in the
Yeah,
same room.
Danjin lost a game of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it took a bit. The rooms at the Sleepy Cactus are warm and spacious, with soft beds and beautiful potted plants. And as you stand in the doorways looking in, each of you, I think, perhaps has a different reaction looking at your rooms, as you realize that there is but one bed to a room. And with that, we're going to go to our first break. So we're going to step away for a couple minutes, and when we return, we will see what fresh new hell, disaster, situation arises from these circumstances. See you soon. Hello, and welcome back to episode 12 of Ryuutama Seyo, aka Travel. So I think we get, like... Oh, God, I wish I was better at mimicking sound effects. That little, like, quirk sound effect that happens at the beginning of every quirky anime song, that pops up, and we get this, like, quick slide pan that slows down to look over the shoulders of each of our travelers and their two individual rooms. Starting with Kiro, how do you react?
Sweet. This looks like a nice bed. Look at it. Sit down. I'm alright with this.
And Lamb, as Kiro just like walks in, is like, oh yeah, squish it in.
Yeah, just flops on the bed.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
left to the right side.
I think Lamb just flops down here, like runs over and just face plants right on the bed.
Soft, right?
Still dirty from the desert.
This also
Dirty
is not
and
the
injured.
first time. If I remember correctly, you both shared a bed in what was the name of that town?
Yeah, literally not phased at all.
That sweet lady's house. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We shared a bed there.
Oh my gosh, it smells as good as it looks.
It feels as good as it looks.
It's so nice. I love
This is
it.
definitely the lap of luxury.
Worth
compared
every
to-
penny we didn't pay for it.
That's true too.
I think with that we
Best
cut
bed
over
is a
to Danjin and Mule. Danjin, what is your immediate reaction?
I think Danjin's is pretty has a fairly and unsurprisingly similar reaction to the room as his sister. And I think he just runs into the room, but he like starts jumping on the bed. And he's like, Mule, it's a real bed. Come on. And he starts like jumping on it. He's like, it has such great spring. He just starts bouncing.
Mule steps into the room, sets the key on the nightstand, and walks back out and back downstairs to go buy another room.
Wait, where are you going? And then I think Danjin like follows you out of the room. Where are you going, Rumi?
I left the key for you. I'm going to go get a room for myself.
We already have a room. What do you mean?
There's one bed. I'm not sleeping with you.
Oh, I mean, I don't take up a lot of room. Like, these gangly arms can kind of just, like, fold up and I won't take up any space, I promise.
Just go back in there, please.
Okay, I mean, if you don't...
I can afford it. It's fine.
Can we be hearing this? Can our door be open?
Yeah, sure.
Well, now I feel bad.
Why?
Well, you already paid for 2 rooms. Why don't I pay for your room?
No.
I insist.
I've got it. Just unpack and get yourself settled.
Now, Mule, is that how lords accept presents from other people?
Lords don't need presents from other people. It's the duty of the nobility to give, not to take.
You sure about that?
Of course
Not
I'm
what
sure
I've
about
read.
that. I've been raised that way.
All right. Someone's grumpy. And I think Danjin turns around and goes back into the room.
Yeah, he's just gonna go pay for another room.
Yeah.
He will go to Laura and politely ask for another room. Mule's face versus strangers is surprisingly not as salty.
Shocking. So I think before we follow Mule down, I want to cut back into Kiro and Lamb's room, where I think you're both like laying on the bed face to face. What faces are you making at each other in response to this?
Literally, like, we're just listening intently until that dispersed. Like, I imagine our door's like pretty much closed. It's like got like a little crack. Because we both ran over to the bed. We weren't like preoccupied with closing the door all the way.
That was tense.
That was really tense.
Why do you think he doesn't want to share a room?
I don't know. Is he like... He's been weird.
Maybe he needs his personal space.
I don't know, like... It's a big room. Like, one of them could sleep on the floor at least if he's, like, weird about sharing a bed.
Yeah, that's true. But also, why didn't he let Danton pay for him?
I don't know. That's weird. Like, if someone says, I'll pay for that, you go, okay. Like, you don't question it.
Yeah. I mean, like, none of us were like, yo, don't pay for our room.
No. We were like, thanks, Mule.
Like,
that's so nice of you.
Should we, like, talk to him and see if he's okay? I mean, like, generally he's pretty grumpy, so...
I don't know, maybe it's... I don't know. Maybe he's just real tired of being around everybody after a time in the service.
Needs alone time.
Maybe. I don't know.
But he wasn't in the service because
That's
he was...
true! He wasn't in. He escaped his duties. He didn't even go to the draft. Maybe he got used to his station, not having to knuckle down with the rest
Oh
of
my
us.
gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We could just invite Danton to stay in our room and let Mule have the other room. That way that we don't have to spend money on 3 rooms.
Yeah, we could do that.
Should we go get him real quick right now?
Yeah, let's go get him. Run out.
Yeah, sprint out.
So you see the two, you just like burst out. I think like as Danton, you get back to your door, and then you hear the door to the girls' room slam open, and both of them just book it. Meanwhile, downstairs, Danjin, the front area, that front room, is empty at the moment. But there is that little bell on the counter. Do you ring the bell or do you wait?
Sound of stampeding horses comes down the stairs.
Did you mean Mule?
Yeah.
Did I say Danjin? I meant Mule.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
There's J's in there. Words are hard.
Yeah.
Y'all should talk more so I don't have to talk as much.
it's fine. Mule will kind of glance around for a moment and maybe peek outside briefly to see if he sees her out there, and if he doesn't, he'll tap the bell.
Okay. So we see you, like, look around and look out, walk back, ding, get the bell. And you hear from the back, Laura calls out, just a moment now. And at about that time, you hear the stampede of feet come down the stairs, and Kiro and Lamb burst into the room.
Wait! Did you pay money yet?
Don't pay money. We figured out a solution.
Did you pay any money yet? Please say you didn't pay for any money, because we can't ask for a refund. I'd feel too uncomfortable.
Why are you two out of your room?
Are we not allowed to leave our room?
Yeah, we're not grounded. You're not my mom.
She's right.
How old are you?
19.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're allowed to leave our room whenever we want, because we're free.
Yeah, we're adults.
We got freedom. Yeah, we're adults, Mule.
I wonder about that some days.
Anyway, what we were going to say is we couldn't help but maybe overhear a little tiny piece of your conversation with Danjin in the hallway.
Like the whole thing.
We did hear most of it.
Yep.
Because we were being really quiet at the time. And
y'all weren't subtle.
You were kind of loud. But anyway, we were going to say, Danjin can just stay in our room, and then you can have a room to yourself. That way we don't have to pay for 3 rooms, and you don't have to
Easy
bother
solution.
Laura. And you get your own bed.
After all, the 3 of us were in the service together. It's not like it'll be weird or anything.
And normally I sleep with like 2 geek like pressed up on my face anyway, so it's like the same thing. No offense to you, Kiro. I'm not saying you're a geek, but
That's cute. I've got really, really fluffy hair.
I think Laura
I'd
comes
stand.
out from the back, like, wiping her hands.
oh no, we're fine, Laura. We're sorry to bother you.
Oh. All right. Well,
We're
if you
doing great.
if
We
you-
all get along really well.
if y'all change your minds, feel free to call.
Thank you.
Thanks.
He turns around. You hear like some chopping sounds from the back area.
Making fruit. I mean, cutting up fruit.
Food, at least.
Yeah.
Sort yourselves out. I don't care.
Okay, well, what I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you get the room.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you can come back upstairs with us.
I'll be up in a little while.
What are you gonna do down here?
You're not gonna buy a third room, are you? A third
Goes and
empty, unnecessary room?
He goes and sits on the couch,
What are you doing down here?
tracking my expenses that I just spent. He flips open his book and starts writing.
Do you keep track of
Fucking
that?
nerd.
Of course.
I just have all my change like loose in my pockets.
Yeah, like easy
Of course you do.
What the heck is that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
I can tell exactly how much money I've got.
Just by the
It's
sounds
not
of it
heavy. Yeah.
and the weight. 100 money.
100 money? God. What?
Sounds right.
Someone please clip that.
Someone clip it. God damn.
I have no idea how much money I have.
100 money.
Summer and Lamb both have equal intel on how much money Lamb has, which is to say, no idea.
No idea how many were.
So yeah, Mule is just writing in his book real quick and then closes it. I just want to sit down out here for a little while. Is that all right?
Well, yeah, that's totally fine. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that, like, when you're out in the common area, like, we're allowed to be out here with you and talk
Yeah.
to you.
It's a
But if you go in your
complicated-
room, which we have given you, we have not
private.
talked to Danjin yet about it, but I'm sure
I'll
it'll
go
be
let him
fine.
know. It'll be fine. Hey,
Why don't you
Danjin.
go talk to Danjin about it first?
I'll run upstairs.
I'm just saying you could close the door, and that way nobody could come in and bother you if you really wanted to be alone.
Do what you want. You seem to be feeling better.
She like looks at herself like she looks like shit.
I mean, it's just nice to be somewhere nice.
Right.
I mean, last night we slept in a desert, so
I know. I was there.
I'm just saying it's nice to have a nice place to stay
Mm-hmm.
and to possibly have fruit soon.
Right.
Okay. Have fun counting your money.
Okay.
She goes around and goes back up.
Yeah, meanwhile, upstairs, Danjin, what did you do when you got back to your room?
I think Kiro, like if Kiro was coming back to see me, she would come back and find Danjin in the middle of writing a song. With his, he's on his ukulele, and he's just like, Yol is a lord who doesn't take gifts. I don't know how to be his friend.
Kira, you like swing open the door, and that's what you see.
He's just like frustrated, like
DJ.
strumming. Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt your, your personal angst time or anything, but like, you're gonna be bunking with me and Lamb tonight.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I just had a whole bed to myself.
Yeah, and now you're gonna be in a bed with two ladies. It's an upgrade. Come on. I'll just start grabbing his things.
Okay, but as long as we get to, he's like, okay, but as long as we get to like jump on the bed for a bed.
Oh
okay?
yeah, for sure. You gotta break it in. She's just dragging his stuff around the corner, and like Lamb will be coming up the stairs this time. She's like, "It's all good, all taken care of."
Woo, slumber party.
Yeah.
Danjan, do your spirits improve when you hear slumber party?
Yeah, he's forgotten.
You know what we should do, just to make this feel a little bit more like home, but also would be kind of fun, because you know how like when you're setting up tents to actually go camping, it's not fun, but when you set up tents like inside, it is fun.
Blanket
set up
fort.
Blanket fort.
Yeah, we could set up a blanket fort over the bed, and it'll kind of feel like
Perfect.
we're in a tent, but it'll be way nicer.
This is perfect.
And we can eat
Let's do
fruit in
Yep.
bed.
Yep.
Can
do it.
Can we roll the camping
Camp
check?
Please.
Dylan, there can't be any negative repercussions if we do a bad
do.
job, except for the blanket fort looks bad.
Please do.
Yes. Who wants to help me?
I will.
Okay.
I just roll camping too. I just
Yep,
have to do
yep.
better than 5, right?
Yep.
Woo! Woohoo!
Oh my god, you're so excited. Oh my god.
Plus another
We
one.
love blanket
so,
forts.
So it's technically a +1 from Lamb as well, because I get a +1 from my
12?
skill.
Yeah, so that puts you at a 12.
So it's a fort. Oh yeah, sorry, 12. Yeah.
Which is, let me just consult the book briefly. Yeah, you're probably famous in your town. Is the result for 12? I think
Blanket
it's
fort
for-
is incredible.
For blanket forts.
It is a multi-room blanket fortress. Excuse you.
With the
you-
latest in
Blanket
security
butler?
measures.
it goes to the door of the room. So you like open the door and immediately you're in like a blanket chamber, and there's another like doorway made from 2 blankets where they intersect ahead. Like, that's the blanket antechamber.
Yes.
I think what happened was that Danjan figured out how to pick the lock on a linen closet and got extra sheets, and that's why this fort
It's
is
not even
incredible.
locked. You can just like
Okay.
go in there and like
Get extra
Um,
towels and blankets and
Yeah.
pillows and just everything. It's just empty now.
Do we just happen to maybe see like a little hammer laying in the corner of the closet?
No, it's not that. No, he's not here. He's terrorizing some other world.
Thank God.
So downstairs, Mule
Yeah.
sitting on the couch. You, Lamb goes upstairs, and there's a little bit of time, and then you hear a flurry of movement upstairs. Just the pitter patter of feet back and forth. And Laura comes out of the back with a tray, and on it there is there's a bowl of fruit, there's a bowl of cream, and there's a pitcher of water with 2 glasses. And she comes out. Oh, is everything all right?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I was
No
just
worries.
trying to get some quiet time while they play.
She looks up at the ceiling. See. Yeah, I can understand that.
I apologize in advance if they make a mess. I'll try to make sure they clean it up.
Oh no! Don't you worry about it. The space is theirs while they're here.
Right. Oh, thank you. May I have a glass of water, please?
Oh yes, of course. She sets the tray down on the. There's like a low table in front of you. She'll like pull one of the glasses and pour some water, hand it to you.
He takes it and takes a brief drink and sighs. Really tired. Now that they are gone, he just sort of sinks against the couch.
You gonna be spending some time here long? I can bring you a separate bowl of fruit.
If you wouldn't mind.
It's no
Thank
trouble
you.
at all. Of course. I'm gonna go get some more glasses for them.
Thank you. They need it.
Of course. And what do we see on, like, what affectation do we get from Mule here? Does he just look tired? Does he look troubled?
I think we see, um, from his perspective as we look through his book that he is constantly opening and checking and noting.
Oh, Zoom.
He is. Oh, Zoom. What's Zoom doing?
Zoom is doing a
It's
freeze.
frozen big time.
It
Yeah.
froze.
It froze. Oh
Zoom,
no.
why?
Well, I mean,
Well,
at least Discord's working.
Yeah.
Jesus.
this is fine.
Weird.
Very weird. Oh, Zoom crashed.
Oh, me.
Oh.
Uh,
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Reconnecting.
Should we go to another little break?
Oh, I'm back.
This is
No, it'll
fine.
come back.
Let's
There it
see.
goes. Hey!
We did
Whoa.
not connect in the same order. Oh
No.
man.
Tell us what order we need to come back in.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
I'm
gonna.
y'all now.
Yes, you are.
God.
Just
I
give me a
command
second.
you.
I'm gonna swap some faces around.
Okay.
That was wild.
Let's see. Chaz needs to go here.
Summer is the only one who's the same.
Yeah. Let's put
Lamb
Joey
5
here.
ever.
Here we go. All fixed.
Perfect.
Okay.
We did it.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay!
Before we were so
Um,
rudely interrupted, Jess.
Before we were so rudely interrupted, I think we see from Meal's perspective in this big old book of his that is part spell book, part notebook.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually got sort of like a calendar that he's been keeping and tracking the days, marking until they are supposed to get to the City of Sun.
That day is actually yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, we see that. And then Laura heads back to get you your own separate serving, but also get some more glasses for the friendos.
So how many days until they are liable to arrive there if they go at a normal pace?
2, 3.
Okay. He just kind of makes a few marks and notations on that and checks his map a little bit. But there's definitely an air of not being particularly excited going about this shore. Which is distinctly different from the very let's go, chop, chop manner he's been with the group this whole time.
And I think it also marks a strong contrast to the scene we come in on as Laura opens the door to her room and sees the palace that you have made. And she just calls from the door, hello there, I brought you some refreshments.
When like parts the door and it's like,
Welcome to our kingdom.
I think Danchin assumes the role of butler and is like, how can I help you, milady?
Kiro's
Why,
lounging on the
thank
bed.
Liam's got like a towel wrapped around her head like a crown. It's like rolled up.
Why, thank you. I am just honored and flattered. If you wouldn't mind directing me to a place where I can set this down for y'all.
Yeah,
I
you can
take
come
it
in
for
this
you.
way.
Or you can come in.
Or DJ, get it? Either way.
Yeah. DJ, was it? Why don't you take this picture in these glasses?
Sure. He grabs him and almost drops him because that's Danchin. Whoop, got it.
Don't worry, you can trust the fruit with me.
We're all dehydrated.
Yeah, she sets it down like at the foot of the bed. I like what y'all have done with the place.
Thank you. It took us barely any time at all, because apparently we're all really good at this.
I can
Years of
see that.
experience.
We'll clean it up, so don't worry.
Oh, don't you worry about it. You have fun while you're here. That's that's what Outpost East is all about.
Really? All about having fun?
Yeah. We actually we usually have a lot more people around here, around these parts, this time of year. But things have been slow with with the timing of summer and all, but
Oh yeah. So people normally get here when summer starts?
yeah, thereabouts. I'm just sort of hoping people uh started their vacations early and or on time rather, and just hoping summer comes soon.
Yeah, it should only be a few more days, I think.
Yeah, any day
Well.
now, really.
Really, any day now.
That's the hope.
Oh,
Things,
is there Lieutenant Dusty Sanders anywhere to be found in Outpost East?
Oh yeah, he runs the watchtower just down the way. Him and his granddaughter. I'm sure she'll be back anytime soon to pick up their dinner. They eat late.
Oh, all right. Cool. Thank you.
We'll probably go say hi at
Yeah.
some point.
Lieutenant Corporal Dusty Sanders was real nice, so.
Yeah, he gave us lizards. Well, we really deserved them, to be fair.
Yeah.
And he gave me this badge. She like, it's on her hat, right? Wait, where did she put it?
Wow, well that is mighty impressive there, Lamb.
Thank you. I won it fair and square, and he wanted me to have it.
That seems like y'all are some important people. I'm mighty flattered to have y'all here in my establishment.
Well, it's really nice. We really like it, and we love the bed, and we love the sheets, and we love using all the sheets to make this beautiful palace.
Yes, thank you for loaning them to us.
Absolutely.
Very nice of you.
If there's anything that we can do for you, like help, like if there's I don't know what exactly I could do, but I could sweep. I've swept before.
Oh no, I've had plenty of time to tidy up before folks get here. Although I'm sure Dusty and Sandra could always use some more help. They're busy folks, the two of them. They do a lot of the work maintaining this little town on the edge of the desert.
Yeah, well, when we go talk to them, we'll see if there's anything that we can do to help.
That's mighty kind of y'all, but first and foremost, you make sure to rest up and enjoy your time here.
Yeah, we will.
For sure.
If you could just make sure that our friend downstairs at some point, like, goes to bed at, like, a normal time, you know?
Of course. Yeah.
Gets to reading and then just doesn't.
He stays up too
He's
late.
definitely gonna fall asleep on the couch out there. Not intentionally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just starts reading and then just doesn't ever stop reading. Ever. Literally ever.
I've known a few folks like that. They can be a handful sometimes. But near as I can tell, at least if I'm reading him right, seems like he means well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, young fellas like that feel like they have, they gotta live up to a lot. So, you just need some time to. She looks around at your fort. Understand what it means to stop and stay for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd appreciate this. He'd probably just feel stressed about having to clean it up.
He's gonna learn to just live. Or to
To
live
enjoy
up to
the finer
expectations.
things in life.
Exactly. The moment. As they come and go.
But see, now the trick with that is you gotta be patient, cause
It's so hard, though.
I know, but it's the same way with everyone. Everyone's got something they're not good at, and the best thing for them is patience and kindness. Well,
Yeah,
I think
that's a good point.
that's quite enough from me. Sorry to take up y'all's time. You
No, we
enjoy that
love
food
it.
now.
We've
Thanks
been
for
just
referral.
together with us and then the military.
The
So,
military.
Yep, we were
Yeah.
conscripted in the
Y'all so
desert.
young though.
well, we're out of it now. The army was
Yeah,
disbanded.
honorably discharged. Still got my sword though, and I'll hold it up.
She looks at it, and like quizzically, I'm not familiar with that particular make. Where y'all serve?
way is it?
The desert.
Yeah.
And some interesting fellows out there. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
All right. Pardon me for prying.
No, it's okay. It's just a weird story, and I don't know where to start.
Put it on my memoir. Don't worry.
We'll send you a copy when it's published.
I look forward to it.
Hey, Laura, can I ask you a question?
Oh yeah, sure thing.
Since you have such a lovely establishment here, I was wondering, have you ever had any other nobility come through here? And if, say, someone would want to impress or get nobility to like them, would you have any tips for someone who would want to do that?
Yeah, if you ever met, like somebody who's noble and they didn't like you right away, Laura, which I highly doubt for you because you seem so
Very
likable,
likable.
but some people they're just not prone to liking people, maybe.
I've met a few like that. Yeah, for sure. I met one not too long ago. He had a bit of a rough exterior, but near as I can tell, I think.
What'd you do?
Oh, well, with him, I gave him what he asked for, and I said good day, and I let him go on his way. He wasn't keen on staying long. Seemed mighty in a hurry to get on to the City of Sun.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
that said, I have had some nobles come through that took some time to warm up. And, I think it's a matter of listening, Everybody's got something that they like. And for some people, it takes some time to share those things with the people around them. And if you wanna make that time pass, you gotta make them comfortable. You gotta make them feel safe.
Gotta give them everything they want.
Well,
God.
I don't know that I'd go that far.
Dan's already off, like, writing notes down.
DJ, that's a recipe for being taken advantage of.
It happens a lot.
You still gotta put your foot down sometimes, Danjan.
That's usually when I intervene.
But that's the difference between doing what you're told and listening. Listening, you pay attention when they're not talking. If you only
I
listen
hear
when they're
you.
talking, then you only get in the surface. You listen when they're not talking, you pay attention, you learn what they need.
You read body language.
Yeah. And for some people, what they need is a little bit of quiet, and some people what they need is a little bit of reassurance. Just a little bit of advice from.
That's why 3 of us are in this room.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, y'all have a good time. Enjoy your food. If you need anything else, let me know. I'll go make sure your friend's all right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me get the door for you, me lady.
Why, thank you, sir. I think she heads out, and by the time she gets downstairs, we see Mule just zonked out.
Yeah, he's definitely got his book is sort of open and the pen is still there and his hands are on it, and it's definitely still on that calendar page tracking the days.
Yeah, she politely pulls the journal out from your lap and puts the pen in between the pages and closes it to mark your spot and sets it on the table, and then she'll very carefully pull the crocheted blanket from the back of the couch around Mule and just tuck him in a little bit.
Yeah, he's heckin' out and tired.
Yeah. And I think this is a good time for us to push to the next day. So you all have a wonderful night of rest. Some of you perhaps stay up a little later than others. But when it actually comes to going to sleep, I think some of the blanket fortress gets repurposed into this like blanket pile. And there's plenty of room for the three of you in there. You all heal up to, or I believe double your HP is typical for a good rest, and then all of your MP back. And then you will also need to make a condition check, but you have a +1 from staying in such a lovely establishment. Oh no, Mule! No! Mule!
Well, he did sleep on the couch.
Oh my god, that crit! I don't think there's anything special for a crit condition, but on a
Get all my HP back.
12 plus, which both Lamb and Hero got. You get to boost one of your stats for today. Danjin, you're feeling all right. I think if I remember correctly, you've had a couple rough days the past few days.
Yeah, I'm not even fully healed yet.
I'm halfway there.
Even with the sleep.
Almost.
But you are at, like, this is the first time you've woken up and just felt okay. Just been like, all right, not amazing, but like, I'm not stuck in the desert somewhere with a rock in my back.
Yeah.
Lim and Kiro, I have to ask, what has you so pumped today? Starting with Kiro.
Well, Kiro is up first, and she's doing her new military morning routine. So push-ups, sit-ups. Then, like, she's excited. We're out of the desert. She's got this new routine to her life for however long this craze lasts. Which she doesn't. And then, we're in this new place. We're gonna get going. Almost to the City of Sun. We're late, but we're getting there. That's what matters. And so she's just pumped.
And Lamb, what about you?
Yeah, I think that she really, like, I think just, kind of like staying up and hanging out and being normal and not having like a stressful night where they were like, had to worry about a giant footprint in the sand, or they had to worry about being in an army, or like all this other weird stuff that's been going on. It's like their first night that they got to like sleep inside in a bed, didn't have to worry about the animals, like didn't have to worry about their safety. And I think it's just really rejuvenated her.
So I think you're probably the second to wake up.
Yeah.
After Kira, like as Kira's doing,
I can hear her doing like push-ups with claps in between.
Yeah. Danjin, meanwhile, in his pillow pile is just
Yeah, I think Danjin is like muttering at Kiro, like, Kiro, no, Kiro, please stop it. Just like give me like 2 more hours and I'll be good. I think Danjin typically needs a lot of sleep, but I think maybe that's why his condition isn't as good as everyone else's.
So what do you do when you wake up, Liam?
Breakfast.
Food.
You
Yes.
go downstairs.
Food. Yeah.
As soon as Lamb's up, she's like,
All right.
"Teen's done. Let's get some grub."
She's like, I need toast and I need.
Bacon,
Yep. That's
food,
it.
all of it.
Some kind
in
of
my
meat,
belly.
some kind of
Yeah.
fruit, some kind
Yes.
of drink.
We only had fruit last night, and I feel like my dietary triangle is lacking.
Some kind of dairy, some kind of grain. We need some kind of
All of it.
sugar.
All of it.
Guys, stop making me hungry.
Good, get up.
She's
I
like,
will.
she turns to her side to start kicking him, like pushing him out of bed.
And I think
You just like
you guys are
roll
going
deeper into the blankets.
It's okay. Lamb, we'll just get all the good food first.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll just
go.
get it. We'll get it while
What?
it's hot, and
No.
we'll just leave you a little bit cold scraps.
You know I
it's
can
not
eat
fair.
all of it. So
That's true. Okay. And I think Danjin's gonna be half asleep for at least the next 30 minutes, but he'll go get food with you.
Do you have a blanket cape?
Yeah.
You just like got it up around you.
I think I think at least Lamb does too. Blanket cape, that seems like a great idea.
All right.
All right, lead the way.
So the three of you trot downstairs and see Mule who has fallen. Like, you were upright, and I think you're like, yes.
If I may, Danjin may have stepped on it while he's half asleep out there, but there was definitely like a packet of papers that has been placed under their door that has
Oh.
Danjin's name on it and is in very nice, neat, orderly handwriting.
Oh.
The reason his condition is so hella bad is because he was up
Oh,
very
geez.
late putting together
Oh.
some lessons on how to magic properly with your team. For Danjin. And it's
right
very
on the paper.
politely written.
For Dandrin, how to participate and cooperate with your team in a combat situation, especially when using magic.
Danjin, I
Bye.
think somebody wrote you a book.
Who would write me a book? And he just like picks it up and looks at it. I don't even read much.
Well, you better start. You got a book here.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's like not all words. There are a lot of diagrams too.
Little
And
chibi
Look at all
diagrams.
these
I
pictures.
think of the pictures like, ooh.
It all looks like magic stuff. Maybe I should read it with you.
Yeah, together
good.
we can learn.
Too heavy.
Okay, let's go get food. We can read
Magic
this
does make you
after
happy.
breakfast.
It does
We
make you
can-
heavier.
It makes you stronger too, as I found.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, you've got enough muscle. As in, you probably don't need extra.
Kiro,
Yeah.
aka All Might. Yeah.
Does it say Mjol's name anywhere in the book? Jess?
No, but I think you've probably seen his handwriting. and if-
Handwriting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like
Are
he's
all
written
the-
enough things.
Are all the chibi illustrations Mjol or Danjin?
They're probably Danjin.
Okay.
And
Is
and the rest
there's like
of
an
the group.
there's an instructor.
Yeah, the
chibi,
instructor with the
maybe.
blurb.
Yeah.
Like anytime
That's
that
Mjol.
a chibi needs to point at a chalkboard, it's Mjol.
Yeah, exactly. And then like when it's there's literally like a drawing of the Ryuutama battle map
Yes, I love it.
to understand formation.
Yeah.
Stick, pointy rock.
Imagine a
Objects.
battlefield like 4 competing areas.
Yes.
When you enter battle, look around and catalog what could be useful to you. Love it.
It's very comprehensive and actually pretty good.
This is
Uh,
extensive. We should tackle this after we eat.
Yeah, Danjin like takes one last look at the book. He's like, and he's still sleeping. He's like, yes, he's finally sharing with me. He just like hugs the book.
So when you reach the bottom of the stairs, you can see Mule wrapped up in this crocheted blanket, snoozing on the couch, and on the table is his journal with the pen sticking out.
Lamb. Kira's gonna lean over to Lamb. Didn't even use the room.
Didn't even use it. Didn't even use
It
the
hasn't crossed Danjin's mind yet.
Is there a possibility that he did use the room and then came back down here to wait
You
for us?
should
for
I?
breakfast?
He's still asleep. Should I like carry him up there and tuck him in? So he feels like he got his money's worth.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
All right.
Can you get him without waking him up?
Oh, don't worry. He's already half swaddled, and I'm a pro swaddler.
You see Kira with swaddled Mule carry him.
I mean, he's not very heavy.
No.
No,
Small
she's
child.
tall and strong.
I think we get music that's like bells in the background, like little tinkly bells, or like a toy piano, that kind of like very very light, soft music. And Laura will come out from the back. Oh, I was just about to come get y'all. There's going to be breakfast in the dining room in a moment. If y'all want some food.
Yes, we really want some food. That's why we came down here, actually. We were going to see if we could possibly get some food.
All right. Well, why don't you come on through?
Is it okay that I brought my blanket?
Oh yeah, don't you worry about it.
You don't think we'll disturb anybody else? Are there other guests here?
Well, not right now, no.
Okay, thank goodness, because I didn't
So-
want anybody else to think I was weird.
I can't imagine why no one would think that about you, Lamb.
Thanks. I don't know if I believe that.
I mean it. You know, y'all are some of the sweetest guests I have gotten in all my years of working here.
I'm like halfway up the stairs carrying swaddled mule, putting them back in there.
Why'd
Well,
he wake up?
I don't know, does he?
We'll let her go on a little while longer.
It's the top step that creaks.
We're just seeing his eyes flip, like blink open. Gee.
In the arms of Kiro.
In the arms of Akira.
What?
Yeah, but Lamb will like drag Dange into the dining room,
Mhm.
pop him down.
Hero? What?
Yeah, you're swaddled. You cannot move. We have
Yeah, don't do
established what Kiro swaddling, how effective Kiro swaddling is.
That is true.
Strength versus strength.
You had to help me out of it.
What are you doing?
You fell asleep on the couch. I was putting you to bed.
Okay, let me go?
Well, now, hold on. You might trip down the stairs. You're half awake, and I'll walk down the stairs with him.
You walk into the dining room with him.
Yeah. And then I'll unswaddle. Like set him onto his feet and then unswaddle.
good morning, sleepyhead.
He woke up before I could get him to his room.
That's such a bummer.
Breakfast at the Sleepy Cactus is served in a stately communal dining room. The wooden table is adorned with doilies, and framed embroidery hangs on the yellow walls. In dishes along the center of the table, there are some fried potatoes. There's there's some more freshly cut fruit, probably some melon of some kind. There is like nice juicy thick bacon, and each of you has a plate with some eggs on it. And I think there's like freshly squeezed like orange juice, let's say.
I'm starting to get emotional because this looks so delicious. I don't even want to eat it.
Kiro is shoveling into her mouth hole.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine it's like sleepily eating
pancakes.
it.
Sorry, there's definitely
Pancakes.
pancakes.
Neil briefly darts out to go collect his book and keep it on his lap, but then he comes back to tuck into the food.
Mm-hmm.
Eating politely as usual.
Lamb's eating
Very
so
carefully.
slowly.
I think, Lamb, you probably notice Danjin go out to... Or not Danjin. Fuck! That's the second time. I have never mixed you two up before.
Fuck, man.
What the hell?
It's like you don't even know us.
We haven't played in 3 weeks.
That's what happens.
That's what happens. You just forget who's who.
Mule goes back
Where's Jay?
out. Do you look maybe a little, like, not worried, but, I don't know, anxious or nervous or...
I mean, in general, because he doesn't want to leave that unattended.
Yeah.
So he's just going out to... It's not really like a, oh no, it's just, oh, I need to go get it before I forget about it.
Right. But you definitely see, like, there's an energy about Mule as he walks out to get the book and then comes back.
For someone half asleep, he moves pretty fast.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Are you okay?
Hmm?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, I just forgot my book.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to grab it for you, but then I got distracted because I could smell food and, you know.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
And get
Don't
a
worry
beauty
about it.
shot with, like, all the sparkles on the food.
It's just so gorgeous.
It's fine. And he just sets it in his lap and starts eating.
You know, we found what you made for Danjin.
Real nice.
It
Very
looks
nice of you.
really
Apology.
nice.
Apology accepted, Mule.
Pat Danjin rather hard on the shoulder.
I think we
No response.
We get that chibi cutaway that happens in like the Ancient Magus' Bride all the time, where everybody's eyes are just like big circles and nobody like it's just like nobody really has an expression. We get that of the whole dining
Mules
room.
are like the half circles that look angry.
I think actually with that moment, we're at the top of an hour, and this is a good point for us to step away for a couple minutes to our second and final break of the night. And when we return, we will see what bounties await them in Outpost East. See you soon. Hello, and welcome back to the final hour of Ryuutama Seyo, episode 12. Y'all have enjoyed a just wonderful, scrumptious, amazing breakfast. Probably the best breakfast you've had on this journey so far. And I think we come in like with the plates all like polished off. Kiro definitely like leaning back in the chair. And Laura comes in and walks up, and I think she walks up to you, Lamb, but addresses the whole room, and says, "Can I get anything else for y'all, or are y'all good?"
Lord, this was incredible. It was amazing. It was
Thank you.
fantastic. It was potentially life-changing.
I'm flattered to hear that.
It was really, really good.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
It was delicious.
I can help clean up if you needed me to.
I have everything handled. Don't you worry about it.
I feel so useless.
Well, if you have a deep need to help, I will not say no. But you are a guest here, so I don't want to ask you too much. And she starts gathering up the plates.
Kiro, did you want to go to see Sanders, whatever his name is?
Yeah. Lieutenant Dusty Sanders and his
Dusty, it's so
granddaughter.
close.
Yeah.
Sandra.
Maybe she's Sandy.
Yeah.
Well, I remember a particular time in that girl's childhood where she heard that a lot. I don't think she's too receptive to that anymore.
Okay, well, we could go upstairs and get cleaned up, and then we can go say hi, and we can walk around, and we can check on the animals, and we can probably eat lunch at some point.
Yes. Soak down
Yes.
to lunch later.
There's some merchants set up out in the tents. A couple good places for food if you're looking for lunch later in the day.
Ooh, like stand food.
Yeah.
Anything deep fried?
Is there? I think the shorter list is things that aren't.
Okay, well, we're gonna go do all of
Perfect.
those things. And it's gonna be a good day. And then we're staying another night, Mule?
That's what I paid for.
All right. And then leaving bright and early tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Give the animals rest.
Bright and early, right, Anjin?
Yes.
We're gonna go to bed early tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll think about that.
Early to bed, early to rise. They teach you in the military.
Good luck getting me out of bed.
I'll just drag you out. Be fine.
Okay.
Swaddle you if you need to.
We'll carry you the first hour.
Sounds good to me. I'm not gonna complain.
We could put you in like a cool sling, and like I could get your feet, and Kiro
Just
could get your
backpack ya.
arms, and we could just
Yep.
carry you. We're strong. It's
Yeah,
like not
okay.
a big deal.
Tangent's not arguing with this plan. It's like, yep, okay.
Mule, you want to come with us to the market
Hmm?
and to see Dusty Sanders and his granddaughter Sandra?
Lieutenant.
Yeah, Laura
Lieutenant
said this is a
Dusty Sanders.
fun town, so we're gonna just have fun today, unlike yesterday.
Yesterday was a different kind of fun.
Yeah.
Fun
Yesterday
to
morning
think
is
that
when we
it's-
were attacked, right?
Yeah.
It's fun to think about it now that it's over.
Yeah.
It wasn't unfun at the time.
You loved it because you were made for the military.
Yeah, it was. It's true.
Some of us weren't so cut out for it.
I think we get a cutaway to like a conveyor belt, and we see Kiro like come onto frame and then like stamp made in the army, and then like goes off the other side.
There's like a flag waving in the background.
Yes.
Patriotic music. All right.
We've also got to report that tunnel to the lieutenant.
Oh yeah, forgot about the tunnel.
Yep.
Things happen, and my mind just kind of erases everything that came before it.
That's what I'm here for.
For your biography, your autobiography.
Yeah, my memoirs.
Your memoirs.
Brains
Okay,
and
perfect.
brawn.
Perfect. Let's all go get ready, and then we'll go. Mule, do you want to take like a little nap or something before we go? Because you slept on the couch, so
No, I'm fine.
your bed is still perfectly made.
Yep.
Wait,
I'm
what?
alright.
You didn't sleep on the bed?
You didn't notice he was on the couch when we came down here,
I slept plenty. I'm fine.
did you? Because you wrote a whole book.
He's
That's
probably
linked to my
running. I
memoirs.
think he's probably running on like 3 hours of sleep. He'll be fine. He's functional.
You look really tired, but we could get you a coffee. I've heard that those do things.
Yeah,
Same.
or tea is fine. I think that'll do the trick.
I've heard that coffee is like high-powered
Like
tea.
super tea.
Super tea, but I've never had any.
It's really bitter.
I had one of the Pappies drink one once, and he almost had a heart attack, so I'm assuming it does something crazy.
It doesn't taste very good unless you put a lot of sugar in it.
Well, we could get you a coffee with a lot of sugar in it.
I like to think that the Summerlands would have coffee because it's like the right climate for it. Sakira's like,
Yeah.
it's great. You don't even need sugar. You just like lean into the bitterness.
Yeah. Yuck.
I think Laura comes back out and says, did I hear one of y'all talking about coffee?
Yes.
Or
We were
tea?
talking about it. Never had it before. Very interested in potentially trying some.
Don't give her coffee.
Why? I can have coffee if I want it.
You don't need it. You have enough energy, believe me.
But you're not the boss of me, and now I really want it because you said I can't have it.
Just
20 coffees, please, Laura.
he looks pleadingly at Laura like,
I'll take
one
one.
and water it down.
One big one.
I'll whip something up for y'all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
can
you
you
can
put,
try some of mine.
can you put the
you
stuff
might
in it
like
that
it-
makes it sweet?
Yeah, you might like cream in it.
You can put cream in it too.
Mm-hmm.
What else can you put in it?
Sugar,
Milk.
other things, coconut.
Yep. Laura, please make me one coffee with all of those things in it. All the things you're allowed to put in it.
I'll,
Chocolate.
I think I can get you something you'll like, Lamb.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm imagining Laura's internal monologue is like, we're gonna give her a latte with sugar
Yeah.
and vanilla.
Yeah. I think this is I don't know that we actually flash back to it, but this is definitely echoing the you don't always just do what you're told. You listen, and that way you know what people need.
Yeah.
Kira
And I
wants
think
black
that's-
coffee.
We'll
I
get
think
ready
actually-
though.
Mhm.
Yeah, as Danjin and as Kiro and Lamb go up to their room, Danjin's like, "Thank you so much for the token of your friendship. I will cherish it forever."
It's not a token of friendship. Just learn.
Is that what you want me to do? Because I can do what you want. What do you want to do today?
What are you after?
What do you mean?
What do you want?
I just asked you that question. Now you're turning around on me?
I don't really need a friend.
Oh. Okay. Is that what you want from me?
Does it occur to you the way you come off when you try to be super friendly all the time?
I don't understand the question.
Ugh. Look, I wrote that for you so you could maybe not do something that puts us in more danger the next time we get into a fight.
Wait, what do you mean put us in danger?
I couldn't cast any magic because of that thing you did.
Whoa. Okay. This is all coming out very suddenly. Are you mad at me about that?
Yes. We could have died. I couldn't heal anyone.
Well, sorry, I was just trusting my gut.
Maybe don't trust your gut. Maybe learn to use your brain.
Well, my gut hasn't let me down yet.
Do what you want with it. He steps outside. I'm gonna go check on the animals.
Mule, would you
He
say
walks
that
faster?
that Oni was more powerful than you in terms of magic or less powerful than you?
He walks on.
Okay.
A short while later, Laura comes out with some coffees. There's a very small latte for Lamb.
It's more milk than coffee.
There is a very small bit of espresso for Kiro. And Danjin, you wanted coffee too, right?
Yep.
I think you get the same espresso, but with like a boatload of sugar.
Yep.
And Mule, where do you go when you leave?
He goes to check on the animals.
Okay, so you go a couple doors down to the stables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think you do not receive any coffee. But Lamb and Kira, I think Laura catches the three of you as you come down into that common room to give you your coffee. Just, before y'all go, here you are.
Yes, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
This
Do I drink it
might
fast?
surprise you, but coffee tends to make Kiro and I quite hyper, which is probably really hard for you to imagine, Laura.
Oh, yeah, it defies reason.
Because you're so calm normally, Danjin.
Yeah.
So
Danjin's
chill.
Not.
Laura gives you a wink, Lamb.
Do I drink it fast or do I drink it slow? Help.
Slow. Enjoy it.
Okay, I'll
I
drink
think
it
this is the
slow.
first time we've actually seen Kiro just sip something instead of just
Guzzle.
like yeah.
Yeah, she takes a little sip.
I mean, you tell me if Lamb has a taste for it, but it's very much a friendly approach to a coffee.
I think that as a big water drinker, it's definitely
It's a lot.
it's a lot, but she likes it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just not what she's used to.
Right.
It's like the first time you taste a frappuccino.
Yeah.
If you've never had coffee before.
It's not. It's more on the coffee ice cream end of the spectrum. It's
Yeah, for sure.
not the full on. Oh my mouth.
It's
water.
it's definitely different, but I think I like it. I think I can get used to it, an acquired taste.
It grows on you the more you drink it.
What's coffee made out of?
Coffee beans.
Beans.
Well, sorta. They'll dry it out and processed and pressed, but yes.
You roast them.
Then how is it wet?
Well, do you know how tea is made?
Yes.
It's a lot like that.
Oh, okay.
But instead of
You just
herbs,
pour
use
water
this
over it.
bean. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess, that you would want bean water.
Well, the beans on their own are mighty bitter.
Probably pretty cringy too.
Yeah, that's
They're really
that's for
good
sure.
dipped in chocolate, though.
Ooh, I like pretty much anything dipped in chocolate. Except for,
Yeah.
like, sardines. Blah.
Ooh. Well,
Kira's like, I would do that.
I've not tried it, but
Okay, where is Mule?
I was asking him what he wanted to do today
Mm-hmm.
and what I could do for him.
Yep.
And he said that he doesn't want a friend. So I'm taking that as he doesn't want to be around me. So I'm gonna do what he wants, right, Laura?
Well,
But put your foot down sometimes, Tangent.
I think you're just trying too hard, Danjin.
I think
Gotta
Laura
play it
just
cool.
takes the empty cups back. at
Thank
this
you.
point.
Thanks, Laura. We'll be back around lunchtime, probably, maybe. Maybe after that, maybe for dinner.
All right, y'all take care now.
Well, DJ, if he doesn't want a friend, then yeah, maybe it's good just to give him some space.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know that that's not really your style, because you want to be friends with him, but
Nope, I'm good.
don't lie. If you hold in lies, they turn into bad juju.
Mm-mm.
And that's how curses are born. I've just decided.
He said that's what he needed. And if I'm going to be his friend, I have to do what he needs. It's like this weird paradox. Like, makes sense. So I won't be his friend so that I can be his friend. And this is like what's
Dude,
going on.
it's just equation gifting.
We just see steam come out of his ears.
All right, let's go check on the lieutenant. And she'll kind of put her arm around him and lead him out the door.
Yeah.
Did he say where he went?
Mm-mm.
I think he said he was going to go check on the animals, right?
Kira's about to say,
Yeah.
well, when he gets mad, usually he goes to check on the animals.
That's true, actually.
It's actually
It
true.
really is.
It's like,
It's like,
what is
screw you
what is the
people, I'm gonna go hang
excuse
out
it
with
has?
Giddy.
Oh, there are troublesome animals, conveniently always present.
Okay, well, if you guys want to go to the tower or the outpost or what the heck ever it's called, and then I'll go get Mule, and then we can meet up at the market and we can get
All right.
food and deep fried.
If you need a
food.
flower pot, just give me the signal.
I took one out of her room.
I still have
I'm
one.
just kidding. I didn't take anything.
You said there were flower pots in there. You made that mistake,
did.
Dylan.
I
That's
did.
on you.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to liven up the place.
Yeah.
You know, break
Forgot
up,
it was our
Mistake.
thing.
break
Rookie
up the
Maybe
mistake.
geometry a bit.
should have indicated that they were like cemented to the
Yeah.
surfaces they were on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Lamb will go off to the
I still
stables.
have a flower pot in my inventory. It's in my
Nice.
spaces. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
the flowers are just dead
Alright.
now.
Oh, so let's follow Danjin and Kira for a moment.
Yeah, sis.
And you're heading off to the watchtower.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotta report this tunnel to the lieutenant. Check in.
It's not far. It's like it's the same distance as the stables, but in the opposite direction. And the watchtower here is stately stone, but it's well maintained. It's not crumbling. You can see a couple places where like stones have been replaced and like the mortar patched and whatnot. And it's clearly in good repair. And the door similarly looks pretty new, like not brand new, but there's a spit shine on the knocker. It's a far cry from Outpost West.
It's not the shambly like health hazard you have to climb up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dunk dunk dunk. She'll knock on the knocker.
Yeah, so you knock and you hear the sound echo in the chamber beyond, and in response, you hear a voice call out, Just a moment. I'll be there. I just need to put this... Okay. You hear something get set down, and then a pair of feet quickly scamper over to the door, and it swings open. And you see a young woman, probably about Lamb's age. She's got her hair up in like a kerchief, and she has a poofy dress and an apron on, and she just sort of looks up at you with the biggest eyes and says, "Hello.
Hello.
How can I help you?"
Hello.
Just is the Lieutenant Dusty Sanders here?
Oh, he's not on shift right now. I am though.
Oh well.
It's Sandra Sanders. She holds out her hand.
Take it. Shake it. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Kiro. This is my brother Danjin.
Hi.
It's lovely to meet both of you. Is there something the matter?
Oh no, nothing the matter at all. Just good news. Actually, we found something interesting not too far from here. We wanted to let you all know about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pardon my rudeness. Why don't you come on inside? It's a little warm out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Is it warm in Danjin? I think it's a little warm.
Well, you don't have to take up your time. That's okay.
Oh no, yeah, we've really got to report. If you, yes, we'll come inside.
We will? Okay.
Or at least, I mean,
Yeah, we'll come in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
steps.
Fine.
She,
It's really hot
she
outside.
steps back and steps aside, so that there's room for you to come in. And the chamber immediately inside, there's like an iron stove on one wall and a couch that's like, it's not a bad couch. It's not a gutter couch. It's a decent Craigslist couch.
Okay. I got 2 of those.
And there's a small cupboard, like a cabinet, sort of opposite the stove. And she stands to the side to let the two of you come in. Why don't you just sit down wherever is most comfortable for you? I'll get you some water.
Oh, thank you. It's a
Sure.
nice place you've got here.
Well, it's not much, but we do what we can with what we have.
Yes,
she goes to the
it's
cupboard
very
and pulls out some
nice.
glasses. So what was it you wanted to report?
Oh yeah,
Well-
report. Well, there was this your dungeon.
Do you want me to take it away from here, or are you
I mean, if you want to.
we were gonna let you know that we found this really cool tunnel out in the desert. Apparently it was secret.
And she comes up with these glasses of water and hands one to each of you.
Thank you.
Nice tall glass of water.
So, and she picks up a clipboard with a form on it, and she picks up a pen and sits down in a chair across from you. So where was this tunnel?
It was a bit not too far outside of town, like in some ruins in the desert. It was cleanish. There wasn't any dangers in there. Made the
Alright.
travel a lot easier for a good bit of the stretch.
Oh, that is wonderful news. Okay, so there's some ruins just a little ways west of the outpost. All right, she writes something down. Was there anything else?
Nope, that's pretty much it. Right, sis?
Yeah.
We can probably...
Yeah, there was an army, but it got disbanded, so I don't think you really need to worry about that.
It was an army, really?
Yeah.
Of Neko goblins.
Yeah. We were conscripted for a time, but we honorably discharged and the army disbanded.
My goodness, that sounds terrible.
It was quite the adventure.
Well, I'll make sure Dusty sends in a missive to town to have it looked into. Is there anything that the military can help you with at this moment? Is there
I'm
anything
sorry,
that I can help you with?
Yeah, Kiro, is there anything that she can help you with?
I think at this point we see
And I think-
like, she smiles at you, Kiro, and we just see a picture of her, and like there's flowers in the background and sparkles in front of her.
And then I think Dan just goes, "Oh, I know what's happening."
Oh, is there something happening?
No, nothing happening at all.
Nope, we were just reporting to you.
Yep.
Hey, are you busy today, Sandra?
Well, I have some duties around the tower, and keeping a lookout.
Because I am. What kind of duties?
Yeah. Do you need help?
Well, I have to double check our inventory in the armory, and then, well, at some point, if I can find the time for it, I need to go into town and spruce up some of the attractions. It's
Okay.
unfortunate that people haven't arrived yet, but it does afford me some more time for maintenance.
Right. Do you need help with any of that?
Because
I'm
my
real good at-
sister is very helpful.
Can you go ahead and roll a negotiation check for me, Dungeon?
Sure. Negotiation.
Oh.
13.
Well, now that you mention it, several of the portrait boards fell down a few nights ago, and I haven't had the time to put them back up. If it's not a bother.
No, I didn't have anything to do today except make this report anyways.
Is that something you'll be doing as well?
Uh,
Is that like a two-person job?
yes. Someone will have
Perfect.
to hold the boards up, and the other
Real good
will,
at holding things.
Well,
Oh,
since it's only a two-person job, I guess you won't need me there.
she looks at you when you do the like, yeah, holding things. I'm good at that. She's, wow. I suppose you must be.
Yeah. She's gonna kind of like it hasn't occurred to her yet that Danjon's helping out yet. She's so
Could you-
distracted.
Could you just roll me spirit here?
Oh. Thought about upping my spirit for today, and I was like, nah.
What would I need that for?
I'll up my strength. Hold on. Spirit.
Let's see how suave Kiro can be.
Hey! Got an 8.
Low-key flex. Oh, I love it. That is between pretty good and as good as a pro. So I think I would call that very good. She
Should have concentrated. Oh well.
she blushes a little, and says, "Well, if it's not too much trouble,
Oh
Could
no,
use the help.
no trouble at all. Just point me in the
Well,
right direction, basically.
let me just gather up some supplies and we can head over."
Uh-huh.
Actually, you know what? I'm not doing anything today, so I'll probably just tag along. That's fine, right, Kiro?
And I think at this moment, like, the light bulb goes off. Ding! She's like, don't you have some reading you need
No.
to do?
No.
No, I thought there was a book It was delivered
she has
today.
stood up and gone to like get ready. So you have a moment, like she walks up the stairs.
Uh-huh.
And there's a moment where the two of you are alone.
Sis, I know what's happening.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is it warm in here? It's really warm. Must be all that desert.
Yeah,
Just like drinks the glass of water.
The empty glass.
Yeah.
You like her.
Shh.
You think she's pretty.
She's very pretty.
Yeah. I mean, she is. So, I'm gonna follow you around and torture you for the rest of the afternoon.
I don't even have anything to say to that. I don't ruin your game. Just
Oh, snap!
and then goes back to her empty glass of water.
Does Sandra come back?
Yeah, she comes back down the stairs with she's got a basket with like a hammer and some like small planks and whatnot, and a parasol in the other hand. We get another one of those shots with like the flowers in the background and the sparkles.
Uh-huh.
Shall we get going?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yep.
Kira takes another sip from the empty glass.
All done, let's go.
Meanwhile, at the stables, we see. Where are you, Mule? Which animals are you bothering at the moment?
He probably checked on the lizards and at least like fed them if they hadn't been fed already.
They're being taken care of by the stable hands.
But for the most part, he has probably settled down where the geep are
Yeah.
and is just writing some things in his notebook and settled there next to them, occasionally reaching out to pat Giddy.
I think No is probably like occasionally chewing at your hair a little bit. And
He just sort of like doesn't really. He just gently
like idly
guides him away. Yeah.
But Giddy has placed his head like on your lap. And Liam, so you come around the corner and through the doors and see Mule over by the geep. What do you do?
Yeah, she just walks on over and like if they're like behind a stable, like probably like stands up on the stable and like leans over.
What you doing?
Hmm?
What are you doing?
Resting for a change.
What is going on with you?
What do you mean?
I mean, just what I said. What's going on with you?
We're 2 days late, but we're not going to make it there if we don't rest a little bit, so... Just
Yeah,
making
I
sure
know.
we're fine.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know, you're just being like... I don't know, you're isolating yourself from us.
Well, we can't be on this trip together forever.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy it while we are together.
I just needed some time to myself after trying to make sure we stay alive. That's all. The desert was rough.
Yeah, it was.
Are you okay?
I mean, yeah, I'm just worried about you.
We sort of see him color more than a little bit. And he sort of ducks down. Oh.
Look up, we just see the
Yep.
red rise up. Yeah.
So, Danjin said that you don't want any friends.
Something like that. You don't think he comes on a little strong?
I mean, yeah, but so do I.
Yeah, but it's different.
How?
You're that way with pretty much everybody.
And how's that different?
He tries a little too hard for my comfort, that's all.
He wants you to like him.
Maybe he shouldn't try so hard.
Well, that's what he's doing right now. He's not being your friend to try and be your friend.
He's an idiot.
You haven't really given him any other option.
Well, I don't really need that many friends.
I think that you do.
No, it's just I have to be careful about the friends I make.
Why?
Because of my position.
So...
You wouldn't... He pauses, immediately holding those words back. It's difficult to explain.
Well, I have time. Not doing anything else.
Sometimes people try to be your friend because they want something out of you. And not to actually be your friend, just to be friends with someone important.
Do you think that Danjon's doing that?
I don't know.
I don't think he is. I think that he really likes you and admires you. You have a
Why?
lot in common.
Like what?
You're both brothers and you both use magic.
That's not that unusual.
But, I mean, it's something. I wish that you would try, like, a little bit. Just to, like, open up to people. Because you make it really hard.
It is hard.
It doesn't have to be hard.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, I don't block myself off from people. Or I try not to.
Well, you have an easier time of talking.
You're good at talking too?
Am I?
You're doing it right now. These are good people that we're with.
I know.
And they care about you, even when you're mean.
Yeah, that's the part I don't get.
I think that says a lot. That even though you told Danjon that you didn't need friends, he's still trying. We have a
just had a
couple
little-
days left. You can make a change.
I know how much time we have left. I've been tracking it. Every day. Anyway, They're fine. I guess I'm done here.
Yeah, they're always fine. They're geep. They eat dirt.
Giddy complains if you move.
He starts to get up. Sorry.
Come on, let's go to the market and get some food. More food. We have to take advantage of it.
We should make sure we stock up before we leave, too.
Yeah, we will.
He gently, reluctantly moves Giddy.
It's Giddy's basically asleep. It's the mild complaint of a of a sleeping pet.
Sorry. He sets him aside and dusts off as he gets to his feet.
You know, if something's wrong, you can tell me.
Maybe later.
Okay.
He tucks his book under his arm and heads to the market with her.
All right. So, I think the putting up these portrait boards is not hard. And to clarify, what the portrait boards are wooden cutouts with holes for faces of various things like sand lizards and neko goblins and a cactus for some reason that a portrait artist can sit in front of and paint because the board is an important component. Oh god, these players, they come up with the greatest ideas, chat. I love them. So it takes like a little bit of time to get them up, but it's a really rudimentary task. The only difficulty it poses is that it requires somebody to like hold it up while someone else does the repairs. What's that look like?
Kiro's doing the holding up. Sandy looks like she's got the tools.
Yeah.
Dungeon standing back supervising.
Okay.
I think at some point, like after we get like the first couple done, Kiro's like, "You're pretty good at this."
Yes, you are pretty good at this.
Please roll both of you roll negotiation, actually.
Oh man.
This is a contested roll.
I can't decide if Tangent is the best or the worst wingman.
I want to see which reading goes through.
I'm a concentrate.
Spend half your MP.
Yeah.
A worthy cause, to be sure.
Oh. So +1.
plus 1. Let's see.
I don't know. I rolled. Oh, I didn't roll mine.
No, you haven't rolled
Okay.
it yet. Yeah.
Weird. I
Yeah,
clicked
you
it.
still have the low-key flex one.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So the comment goes unnoticed.
Where's the MP?
And she like finishes hammering a nail in and says, "You're pretty good at this yourself. Thank you for the help."
Anytime.
Sandra, tell us about yourself.
Oh, well, there's not much to say. And she like pushes an errant lock of hair back behind her ear. I think we see Kiro like literally fall over and like an arrow in her chest.
Yeah.
There's not much to say. I've been working here for about 6 years now. When my parents passed away, Grandpa Dusty took me in, and well, this place has sort of become my home.
You know, we were raised by our grandmother pretty much too. That's something you and Kiro have in common. And me too, I guess.
Well, that's part of what I like about living here is you get to meet so many people from so many different places and get
You
to know what you have in common with them.
have you always lived in the Summerlands?
Yeah, my parents, well, we lived in the City of Sun.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We're headed there next in like tomorrow.
Really?
Yep.
I'm sure you'll love it there. It's a beautiful city.
What's your favorite part of the City of Sun?
Oh my god, Kiro.
She's got like anti-game, but with good moments.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, well. There's I don't know, it's a little silly.
Nah.
There was this well in our neighborhood. Not like a fountain, just a well, you know, so everyone could have water. And when I was a little girl, we used to play there on the weekends, and I don't know, it was just when I think of that place, I think of all the fun times that we had and all the games we played, all the stories that we used to tell, skipping over the rocks, and I can't help but smile.
Sounds like a nice spot. It's good
I
to
think
have
so.
those important places.
What about you? Where are you from?
We're from the Summer Isles.
Really?
Star Isle, specifically.
That's amazing. What's it like there?
Well,
Here, you go ahead.
yeah, well, you can say something, Dungeon.
I think she's
No.
leaning over the board at this point and
Uh-huh.
like just listening.
No,
Well,
you go for it.
it's a lot of fishing and crafts trade going on there, and some of the advanced fishermen, well, they go shark hunting. Shark
Oh.
punching.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, a little bit, but you got to be ready for it. It's real thrilling and exciting, and I think she'll go into like detail of like how to prepare for a shark hunt.
Yeah, I think you gotta. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Could you
She's
roll me a
really
spirit,
good at it.
spirit real quick, Kiro?
Hot roll what?
Spirit.
Can I help her?
Yes. Yeah, totally. How do you want to help?
Well, I'm just gonna say she's real good at it.
Okay, so you're just backing her up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll spirit, and if you get a 5+, it'll be a
Okay.
+1 for her.
Alright.
DJ the wingman.
Oh!
Oh. Ooh, that's rough.
Spirit is like, it's not my strong suit. I only have D6s, but it's still
Yeah.
rough.
I think Danjin says it for you.
Okay.
I think there's a point where like you just can't, right? You can't describe this smoothly to her at all, and you're just like, yeah, it's punch shark punch with stick spear.
Tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My uncle
How many?
actually
Yeah.
punched shark.
First time.
Lost his leg. Wild story. Real gruesome.
Every sentence is like 2 words maximum.
Yeah. And Danjin like finally cuts
Slides
in
in.
and like starts talking about like, oh, there's this time when she like, you should have seen her like dive off the rocks and then down and and by the time Danjin is
My
done,
description failed me. Yeah, I punch sharks.
yeah,
Should have named it better.
you should have. Sandra is hanging off of every word by the time Danjin's like, and then we held our breath as we watched the water, and when we thought at last there was no chance, she burst forth, and like Sandra, like she catches her breath in surprise, Um, and I think at about this point we see Mule and Lamb cross an intersection behind you. The two of you can see Danjun and Kiro and this young woman. And Danjun is like pontificating and describing and being super animated, and the young woman is like leaned all the way over this thing, like looking back and forth like at Danjun and then looking to Kiro, and Kiro just like nods. What do you do?
Should we go say hi, or should we just let this play out?
I don't actually know what this even is.
I think that Danjun is flirting for Kiro. Just by the general looks of what's going on.
So, are you asking if we should go save the girl, or save Kiro, or save Danjun?
I kind of just want to do like a drive-by where we just kind of like scoot on up, see what's going on, catch a little glimpse, and then we can just keep going.
All
But
right.
I don't feel like anyone needs saving in this situation.
Okay.
She'll redirect so they can kind of go
switch.
by.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a moment.
Mule has heard of this flirting thing, which people speak. He's fascinated to watch.
I think there's a moment, Kiro, where you like awkwardly pat the back of your head and look to the side to like just relieve some of the tension for a moment. And you see Lamb and Mule walking by, and like Danjun finishes this story. And as you're looking at Lamb and Mule, and you like make eye contact with one of them, Sandra says, "Is that true?"
Yeah.
Hey, Shark Hunter!
And then the
Yep.
two of you just like
I'm
walk
helping.
by.
It was
Yeah.
breathtaking.
Wow. Even they know who you are. I'm shocked I haven't heard of you.
I try to keep things on the down low.
She looks down into the side a bit, and she flushes. She says, "Well, thank you for taking the time to help me."
Thank you for letting us help you.
And
Are you
I would
hungry?
Sandra, can I steal
want
Kiro
some
for
lunch?
a second?
Sure. Can I get one last spirit from you, Kiro?
Yeah.
Can I
I'll
help?
concentrate
Because I
again.
yelled Shark Hunter.
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 for that.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna concentrate. I don't need MP. It's fine.
Is that your anti-game there?
Yep.
All right, that's an 8. Okay, so Danjun, you want a sidebar?
Yeah, I think I pull Kiro aside and I go, "How are you feeling?
Sweaty.
Do you feel okay with being alone with her?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just be honest. Don't be
Uh-huh.
afraid to share yourself with her. She seems like she kind of likes you.
I think so.
I mean, like, share stories.
I'll share things.
Oh my god. You can do this. I believe in you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look! It's my friends.
Danjun walks off to a deserted part of the encampment.
So yeah, this was a lot of hard work. You want to get some lunch? My
Sandra
treat.
does not notice Danjun walking away at all. Yeah, actually, I think I've worked up a bit of an appetite. What sort of food do you like?
Everything.
Me too. She steps around the portrait board and says, "There's a really good all-you-can-eat place just a little way away."
That sounds perfect.
And the two of you walk off, and we cut over to Lamb and Mule. And I think, Danjun, you end up like looping back over near them. Or actually, I have a different idea. No, you can go off to your, oh, look, my friends. Like, there's like a flamingo on a post kind of thing. You're just like, did it work? But sort of toward the center, walking through the tent marketplace of Outpost East, Lamb and Mule, your eye is drawn to a small purple tent. You can just barely make out the words, "Fortunes Told," in peeling paint on the weathered sandwich board out front. What do you do?
Hmm? Hey, do you see what
What?
I see?
A charlatan?
Are you saying that we can have our fortunes told here?
If you believe in that stuff.
Mule, magic is real. People can read fortunes.
He has a very limited scope of magic, okay?
Come on, you don't have to get your fortune told, but I want to get mine told, so let's just go in and you can just sit with me.
All right, if you want.
Okay.
And she'll like drag him over to the tent. So excited.
He lets her drag him.
Okay. The
Bursting
tent,
inside.
the tent is gloomy, lit by some fragrant candles, and sitting at a small table with there's a chair across from you and then two chairs on the side closest to you. You see an older woman who I think doesn't fit, Mule, your expectations. I think you're expecting like someone with like mystical spiritual symbols and like all of the
All of the show
hullabaloo.
and theater bullshit.
And all you see is an old woman sitting. She's got like a book in her lap that she's reading to pass the time, and wearing a white kimono that is it's folded in the direction you would not typically expect from a living person.
Hello, 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 hello.
She blinks up at both of you. Hello. How can Lady Yusei help you today?
We saw on your sign that you're doing fortune readings.
I am. Are you looking to see into your future?
Yes.
How much?
She looks between the two of you. I wouldn't want to ask too much of a lord. 1 gold will be enough.
She knew who you were.
Have you seen how I'm dressed?
Okay.
It's called a cold reading. He hands over the coin.
She takes the coin, and she picks it up, and you don't see her put it anywhere, but shortly after, her hands are empty.
Magic.
Have a
It's a
seat.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, she sits down.
Just the one today?
Mule, are you sure you don't want to?
He takes another coin out and sets it down.
It disappears underneath her hand.
Go ahead with hers first.
Do you need to hold my hands? Do you need me to close my eyes?
No, I don't need
okay.
anything else from you. But I must warn you. Sometimes the spirits tell us hard truths, things we don't want to know. Are you okay with that?
How hard? Like, if it's I'm gonna die tomorrow, I probably don't want to know. But can you do a judgment call on that one? Like, if it's death in the next like week, can you leave that part out or lie to me or something? I won't know the difference.
She looks up at Mule briefly to see what his take is. Are you just continuing your disinterested manner?
Yeah. He's just
Okay.
sort of observing the tent. Like, okay, come on. Are we
Can we get this
Yeah.
on with?
But
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Can we hurry up?
I've had a really hard couple of days, so I don't think that you can like scare me or anything.
Well, let's see what the spirits have to say. And she goes through this ritual. It's like, it's not super involved, but it's definitely got steps to it. And after maybe a minute of this, she looks up at you from the reading and looks to Mule. You have important work. Dangerous work that you must complete.
Mm-hmm.
I see that you will.
Oh, heck yeah.
But you need to trust your friends and rely on them.
Okay.
Because without them, the forces arrayed against you will be too great. And she goes to say something and then catches herself. But I also see for you great happiness. I do not see it soon, but I know there is something that you want to know deep in your heart. And the answer is out there waiting for you. And I'm sure if you walk far enough, you will find it. And you, Herr Adelstein?
There's a very suspicious scowl that immediately falls onto his face. The disinterest just went straight up to, I don't trust you.
A lucky guess.
And me?
Have a seat, please.
He sits down.
Any conditions on your reading?
No.
Very well. She goes through the process again, looks at the results before her. You face a difficult choice in the days to come. One that you thought you had made. One that you're trying to make now. But you already know what choice you have to make. Trust that choice. But, and she looks down again, I see great loss in your future. I do not know if there's anything that can be done, but someone close to you will pass away. You will stay strong, though. That strength you will not find in yourself. But you will find it.
Is that all?
For now.
All right. He gets to his feet.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Come on, Lamb. He leaves the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye.
And when you step outside, there is not a tent there. Meanwhile, elsewhere, by the edge of the outpost, the edge of the encampment, where Danjun has gotten himself a little lost, you hear a voice on the wind whisper your name.
Come again.
And then another voice comes. Danjun.
He looks around. Does he see anything?
The wind is sort of moving around you, and you see the sand here at the edge of camp, where it's like part sand, part grass, is wicking up off of the ground.
Are these familiar voices?
Yes, I think so. These are the voices of various spirits.
Spirits. Hi. What is it?
Tangent, have you done what you were told?
I'm working on it, but you gave me a really hard task.
You need to try harder. Yes, harder.
Well, the person that I'm trying to, teach to trust doesn't even want to be my friend, for one thing. I don't know how that's gonna work.
There's not much time. The storm comes soon.
Do you have any tips?
How does anyone weather a storm?
What is the storm? What is it?
What is it? What is it? What is it? And then all of
Guys.
the voices at once call back, death. And the wind cuts, and the sand falls. And that is where we're going to end our episode tonight. So, thank you all so much for watching. We will be back. There are 2 episodes remaining in this season. So, we will be back in 1 week for episode 13, and a week after that to close out Core 1 of Travel. Yeah. So, before we do that, though, let us roll around the cameras here, do some shoutouts, some outros, starting with our good trash boy, Jess.
Wait a minute. Listen here, you.
You know your brand, don't you?
I do.
Don't you hail
You
us?
love it.
I do. Where can people find you?
On Twitch and Twitter mostly, but I am everywhere on the internet as Little Cup of Joe. I'm not that hard to find. Mostly Twitter, yelling about TTRPGs and sharing cat pictures and sometimes drawings of husbandos, because apparently that's a thing I do. And on Twitch, I am usually streaming hecka late at night on the weekends, otome visual novels, but that hasn't been a thing lately because life has kind of been bonkers. It'll be back next week.
Yay!
We will get back to the tragic story of Nightshade, and that will be fine.
Ooh boy.
That's me.
Alrighty. Summer, how about you? Who are you? Where can people find you? What you up to?
I'm Summer. You can find me at Just a Summer Job on Twitter. I retweet everything that I'm doing. I also have a channel here on Twitch, off_the_table, where we play a bunch of different games. We have stuff Monday through Saturday. The only day we have left is every other Wednesday. Schedules, whatever, man. Just follow the tweeters for updates on what's going on. But yeah. And then you can find me back here next Saturday and Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Party time.
Yeah, party.
Nothing bad will ever happen to anybody ever, right, Dylan?
Absolutely.
Thank God. What a relief.
Julie.
Hi.
Where can,
Very
where can chat find you?
ominous ending. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Joliolio. I'm here every Sunday playing this lovely game. And on Tuesday, I'm on Off the Table playing Urban Shadows, where I get to play a different kind of ghost boy. He's kind of a dick.
We love him. We love him, though.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Yeah, that's me. It was fun tonight. Yeah, thanks, Dylan. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Heck yeah. You killed it as Danjan tonight.
Oh, thanks.
Our good crushing hunter, Lindy. How you doing? Where can people find you?
I'm doing good. People can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I had super duper lots of fun. Highlight of my day, highlight of my weekend. This was a blast. Can't wait to see what happens next week. But you can find me just till then wandering around the internets, playing and slash DMing about a dozen or so tabletop RPGs a week. If I'm not any sicker, you'll find me Tuesday with Jess doing some Call of Cthulhu, where I get to torment her, and it'll be great.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Yay, torture. Woo!
That's what we sign up for when we play Call of Cthulhu, in case you weren't sure.
Yeah. It's like on the cover, pretty much.
It's like a ticking clock. It's when, not if, you
Yep.
will go mad.
Yeah. All right. I'm Dylan Grinder, aka Anarsis. You can find me here frequently. You can find me on Off the Table also kind of frequently now. Do you have Thersha tomorrow?
No, we're playing a game.
We're playing a game
Dylan.
tomorrow? Okay. So you can find me.
Yes.
I don't know what anything is. I just wait for people to tell me it's time to go
It's
to
tomorrow.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm on Off the Table tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific, I'm pretty sure, for Alas from the Awful Sea, where I play a very sweet ship's surgeon. And things we're like one episode in, things are already getting spicy. I'm very excited. I will also be on Off the Table on Wednesday, where we are having our first episode of Super Duper, unless I'm really bad at dates, but I'm pretty sure when I looked at Twitter earlier today, it was the 6th.
Yep.
So, Dylan, what is scheduling Grinder? Correct.
Lynn knows you well at this point.
Yeah. I'll be on Off the Table on Wednesday for Super Duper, which is our superhero Fate game that Little Red Dot is running. I have played in some Fate hacks. I actually played in a Fate hack that Julie made and ran. That was a ton of fun.
Almost a year ago.
Yeah, oh my god. Whoa.
Jeez.
Time.
Yeah.
How it flies.
It does.
So there was that, but I haven't played in a whole lot of Fate. I really like it just as a system that you can tinker with, and I'm excited to play another good character for that. That's my plan. I want to play a superhero, not a gray super villain hero thing. So I'm gonna try and make like an actually good person for that. Saturday we'll be back with more From Dust, which ended on some drama. I just like being really mean to Summer's siblings, apparently. It's a thing.
I did it to myself.
You
I insisted
did.
she go.
You really did. You were like, oh, go on this dangerous journey. And I was like, okay, well, I guess
Didn't think it would go that badly,
I'm putting
Dylan.
someone in the crosshairs. And then you're like, but make sure Hawk goes. And I was like, okay, thanks for handing this to me, I guess. I am sorry. So we'll see if Hawk survives.
Didn't
this
think
episode.
it through.
And yeah, we have episode 13 of Travel a week from today.
Lucky 13.
Yeah. Other than that, I want to point out a couple things. We have a bit goal here on the channel where we've gotten some bits in tonight, so thank y'all for that. I don't have the tracker up. I'm going to have to update it after the show tonight. But that bit goal is for me to run a bonus one-shot of Monster of the Week featuring people from various shows on the channel. So if you really want to see me run some Monster of the Week, and see some of the lovely faces that you see on this show and others, definitely think about dropping some bits. Just like watch an ad. Twitch will give you some bits. Feel like throwing them here? Do that. But also, if you want to support on a more regular basis, there is Twitch subscriptions, which get you emotes, of course, but also the Patreon, which you can find on the screen, linked below, and right here in chat, where rather than having it set up for certain pledges get certain rewards, it is set up so as the campaign as a whole hit certain funding goals, I release rewards publicly. The first goal, which we hit in February but are currently just below, is for me to do giveaways every month of my maps and portrait token borders. One of those is up on Twitter right now, so if you like those things, consider following me on Twitter and liking that tweet so that you are entered to win. And the next goal past that, if we hit it, is for me to release homebrew stuff, homebrew design for games that I play. So things like the custom classes that I've made for travel and the custom moves that I've made for From Dust, but also my like updated playtest notes for games that I make. I have several game ideas in my head right now. I have one long-term plan that I need to look at collaborating on for a mech-based smoochy RPG. And the one that I'm currently poking at is a Apocalypse World hack to make it fit the Apex Legends setting, because I have been playing the shit out of that game, and I think it would be really neat to have a Powered by the Apocalypse Battle Royale. So if you are interested in seeing stuff like that, consider pledging to the Patreon. But either way, definitely look at Twitter. Get that like in for the giveaway subscription, or that giveaway entry. Whew, words are hard. Look at the Patreon. My last two posts, or skipping the giveaway announcement, are homebrew examples of swords and weapons and shit. I'm running out of words. I'm going to stop talking. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the cast for being awesome tonight. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all of the subscriptions tonight. Holy fuck. Let me just scroll through these really quick. Thank you, Matthias, for the resub, the 4-month resub. Thank you, Grant Ellis, for the 500 bits. Mr. Lovejoy for the 75 bits. Jonata, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Please correct me at some point. For the follow. Atomic Firebird, aka Brett, for the bits. Snowdogs for the bits. Gemsog for the resub. Grant for the 5 billion gifted subs tonight. Holy fuck. The gifted sub to Lynn, Little Cup of Joe, Just a Certain Job, and Joliolio. Thank you, Snowdogs, for the sub. And thank you, Grant, for the 3-month resub. Holy crap. Thank you all so much for the support. It really does mean a lot and makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. Thank you if you chatted. Thank you if you just lurked. It all contributes. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night.